Okay, guys, I'm here. I'm sorry. For some of you, this is starting much sooner than I anticipated starting, but welcome to those of you who are able to make it as early as I started. Hi, J-Pod. How are you doing? Adam Courier, thank you for being here. Miller B. It's so good to see you guys. Oh, I do this every time. I leave my phone on so I can see comments on my phone, and then I end up hearing my own voice, which we all hate the sound of our own voice, don't we? Anyway, J-Pod, thank you for being first in the chat today. It's exciting to see you. Hi, Snobby Acorn. J-Pod, how are you doing? You're saying, hoping everyone is having a good, safe day. Thank you very much. I'm doing pretty well. I'm safe so far. I'm hoping everybody else is. Adam Courier, so far I am avoiding the Rona. Indeed, indeed. Miller B, you live on a big old farm, no one for miles. That sounds beautiful. Let's see. Hi, 80 Edits. How are you doing? For those of you who don't know, I'm going to highlight this message. 80 Edits does incredible work, particularly with Star Wars stuff for all of my fellow Star Wars fans out there. His editing skills, the way that he puts together imagery with music from Star Wars especially is just gorgeous, beautiful. Definitely check him out. He's wonderful, incredibly talented and gifted. 80 Edits, thank you for being here. It's good to see you. I know I haven't been on Instagram in quite a while. I actually accidentally went on Instagram today because one of my best friend from childhood sent me a video and I didn't realize it was Instagram, so I accidentally logged in by clicking the link. And I was like, no, I don't want to be on Instagram. I try to avoid it. I try to avoid social media as much as I can other than YouTube, but I went on accidentally today, but it's good to see you guys. Hello, Rascally Rabbit. Hello, Apollo Patriot. Hail Greek mythology, indeed. Peter Colabucci. Hi, Peter. Hi, King of Ruckus. Hi, Gary N. King of Ruckus. Hello, my friend. First of all, thank you so much for letting me know. I don't know what to do with the information as far as being unsubbed. I guess, I don't know if any of you guys have had this experience, but King of Ruckus said that he's been unsubscribed involuntarily by YouTube to a lot of different channels, including mine, which is just inexplicable to me. I have no idea what's going on with that. Hopefully it remedies itself, but as you said and many other people have been saying, it seems as though YouTube is being run by a ghost ship right now, so hopefully it's a glitch that will somehow right itself, but who knows? Very, very strange times we're in. Hi, Gary. Hi, Keck44. Snobby Acorn, thank you for the ramen. Hello, Peter Sharon. Atomic Half-Lives Matter. Hello. Thank you for stopping by. How are you doing? It's very nice to say. Your message is very nice. Thank you. Hello, Mateus. I'm doing okay. I definitely waited longer than I should have to touch base with you guys because I waited until I started feeling anxiety, wondering how everybody was doing. I wanted to stream earlier this week, but I just had some stuff get in the way and it just wasn't the right time. But then I got to today and I was feeling like, oh my gosh, I wonder if everybody's okay. I wonder how everybody's doing. And I was just thinking about everything going on. So I need to get in a better schedule or frame of mind where I'm able to stream and not get to the point where I'm anxious again. Hello, DJ Fox. That is so weird. King of Ruckus, have been unsubscribed from you again, just subbed again. It's gotta be a bug. Happened with several people over the last 24 hours. That is so strange. I really wonder what is going on with that. Oh my gosh, hang on. Get back up to the chat. Hello, Jason Ross and Darth Maul. Darren, like my father before me. Hi, Darren. How are you doing? I hope you're doing okay. Oh, Manuel, I'm sorry to hear that. Not feeling too good, so just stopping by. Manuel, I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling too good. Let me know what's going on. I hope you're okay. Hello, Gelth Walker. Apollo Patriot, why is YouTube doing what to you? Darren, very nice, thank you. Matthias, yes, I've heard that. I've never had anybody tell me they were involuntarily unsubscribed to my channel before. I always thought that was more controversial channels that happened with. It's interesting that it happened to me. I feel like I'm just little old me. I'm not ruffling any feathers or anything, or at least I'm not trying to. And I try to stay as middle of the road, moderate as I can with what I speak about. And so I don't know. It must be a glitch, as you say, even before it was run by AI. Oh, Gil, thank you. Kelly, it's okay. Real life takes precedence over net life. I'm still kicking. Got good news. Extra cash going Coop shopping for a TV so I can play the Switch on big screen. Oh my gosh. First of all, Gel, thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And that is so cool that you're going shopping for a TV so you can play Switch on the big screen. Very exciting. Please stay safe out there in the stores. Hopefully where you're going won't be too overrun with people. Try to keep a safe social distance and enjoy that Switch on the big screen. That is very exciting. I'm hoping one day I'll be able to get there too. Oh, yes, I would love that. Keep your koofing covered up. Keep your koofing covered up. I heard someone refer to it the other day. If you have to cough or sneeze going into your elbow pocket, do it there so you don't spread. And hopefully other people are that aware too. Oh, Gelt says it's happening to lots of other channels. That's so weird. Oh, thank you, Adam. Yes, as far as subs go, make sure all notifications are turned on as well. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I'm not a great self-promoter. I just feel weird. Like, I don't like asking people to do things. So I've never been like, subscribe to my videos, like my videos, turn on notifications. But I have gotten several complaints from you guys that you don't get notifications for my videos and my live streams. So I guess in that case, do hit that little notification bell. If it so pleases you, do that. Go right ahead. And yeah, hopefully the unsubscribe issue, just such a bummer that happens. Hi, Dave M. Snobby Acorn, I have not seen that video yet. I will definitely check it out. That's very cool. Thank you. Oh, Christopher, thank you. You're at work. Wow. So you're still going to work. How many of you guys are still going to work? Stay safe. Stay safe, Christopher. Thank you so much for stopping by. Gary, I'm glad you haven't experienced the unsubscribed issue yet yourself. Good to hear. Oh, I'm being slow with the chat again. Okay, hang on. Atomic Half-Lives Matter. I haven't been too bad. My mom is a bit under the weather, so I've moved in temporarily with them to look after while I am off. That's wonderful. I'm glad you have the opportunity to be with your parents right now. That's a big deal. As you guys know, I worry a lot about my mom. She's on the other side of the country from me, and she's not in good health, and I worry about her a lot. I think I worry about her more than she worries about herself. And I know there are several of you who have similar situations, and I worry about the people I love as it is in regard to health and all of those things. I think that's just a natural part of being human. And then when you have extra health issues on top of it, it just exacerbates that feeling of helplessness. And then on top of that, being far away. So if you guys have the ability to be close to your family and loved ones, that is a wonderful gift. So I'm glad. I hope your mom feels better, Atomic. Thank you, Gelth Walker. I will spend that on Nova. She deserves it. She's such a good cat. She deserves more toys and fun and treats and stuff like that. Apollo, yes. That's Nova sleeping in the back. Manuel had to decline a job offer because of it. I'm not going to say the name because Lord knows they are striking people down left and right for saying it. Had to decline a job offer because of it. Worried about a woman I have feelings for. Oh, Manuel, I understand. I know that must be scary, especially when you deeply care for someone. I'm sorry you had to decline the job offer as well. That can be frustrating, but of course your health does come first. And then as far as the woman you care about, I do hope you are able to stay in communication with her, and I hope everything turns out okay. And thank you again, Snobby Acorn, for all the ramen. I appreciate it. Gil, I grift more money on That Umbrella Guy and Nick Rakita, Kelly. Yours is spare change. That Umbrella Guy and Nick Rakita. I don't think I'm familiar with them. Let me look. I'm assuming those are channels that like, oh, comes right up. Look at that. That Umbrella Guy. Interesting. He has very interesting thumbnails. Oh, wait, now that I think of it, I have heard of him. Very cool. And who else did you say? Nick Rakita. Nick Rakita. Yeah, if you guys ever have channel recommendations, always let me know, because obviously I'm just as big a consumer. I'm a bigger consumer of YouTube than I am a creator so far. Hopefully one day those things will be reversed. But for now, interesting. Rakita Law. Ooh, interesting. I will have to check those out. Thank you for letting me know, Gil. Mm-hmm. So just scrolling through quickly here, it looks like people are okay for the most part, but let me continue to go through. Darren. Oh, Darren, I'm sorry to hear that. That's frustrating. Although I do know from my experience with my mom that chemotherapy can really wreak havoc on the body. So in some ways it might be, I don't want to say it's better or worse or invalidate your fear to any extent, but it could be good for your body to recuperate, especially because it can affect your immune system. So maybe there's a silver lining there, not being on it. We'll see. I'm kind of grateful because the doctors just took my mom off of her more recent treatment, and just because it wasn't working. Unfortunately, in my mom's case, every treatment that she's tried for the last 4 years has only made her worse. So the first treatment she had knocked out her thyroid. Another one destroyed, it gave her type 1 diabetes. and now, you know, she has a lot of pain. And it's unfortunately not always treatments work for the better. And sometimes if they're not effective, they can end up hurting the body more. So Darren, I hope in some way your body's able to recuperate and maybe get a little bit stronger. And then when you come back in 3 months, maybe your immune system will be a little bit more prepared for dealing with the chemo and what it does to the body. I'm hoping, because that would be a better outcome than nothing. Atomic, yeah, that happened to me too. I've noticed when people I'm subscribed to, when they start going live, I don't get notifications anymore unless they're like a huge channel. Unless the channel has like maybe over 100,000 subscribers, I don't get notifications when people go live. And it's very strange. And it's kind of sad because typically, I really enjoy supporting all different types of YouTubers, but I think it's harder for small YouTubers. And obviously the algorithm doesn't favor the smaller YouTubers, and it would be nice to try to like lift all ships, but unfortunately it seems like it's almost working more in favor of only big YouTubers right now, which I guess it always kind of did. That makes sense, you know, if YouTube's bottom line is making as much money as they can. But it's just unfortunate when we're going through a time like this as the human race, that we're not trying to that we're not thinking of the humanistic quality, that YouTube's still kind of just being a little bit callous with its creators. So I don't know. It's kind of disappointing. Hi, McMadman51 Canada. Yes, I'm doing okay. How are you doing? And hello, Phil TMNT. Hello, Ryan Dyer. Mateus, that's so weird, but I don't feel like I go against YouTube's narrative. I'm so, like, I don't really talk about anything, and, you know, I don't know. I don't talk about conspiracies or anything controversial. I try to stay, you know, relatively positive, and I don't. I'm not a reactionary. I don't know. That's interesting. Not saying that those people are, but there's definitely more of like an opinionated element to those channels that you mentioned. Still love them though. Gotta love them. Gilth Walker, interesting. Delivering newspapers is considered essential. Apollo Patriot, still looking for a job, can't do anything right now. Yeah, that's the frustrating part. You and me both. Phil, I am doing okay. How are you doing? Thank you for asking. Thank you, Just Some Tea. I'm not particularly religious myself. I was born into Catholic parentage, but I've always kind of leaned a little bit more spiritual than religious. But I do of course respect and appreciate anyone and everyone who has a faith. And my Mochuta, my grandmother, is very religious and absolutely loves Easter and Christmas and all holidays. So I always think of her fondly on those days too. Gary, you're on furlough from your job at the airport for the next 2 weeks. Wow. Wow. These are crazy times. Thank you, Atomic. I really appreciate that. Yeah, the good thing about my mom is she's super strong. She's always optimistic. She's always positive. I'm the opposite. I'm always skeptical. I'm always cynical, and I'm always nihilistic. So you guys think that I'm sure you think that I'm super positive, but it comes from dealing with so many kind of, I don't want to say negative thoughts, but I do tend to get in my own head. I tend to overthink things. I tend to always have a more cynical or oftentimes nihilistic approach philosophically. And for those of you who might relate to that, it really wreaks havoc on your mindset overall in life. But my mom is amazing. She's been a hard worker her entire life. She just quit her job recently because she just didn't have the energy anymore, and she was going through a lot of pain, and her job required some physical elements that she just wasn't able to do anymore. So that stinks, but at the same time, she's trying to just find joy and beauty in every day. My parents have a pet Rottweiler that they absolutely adore, and so she finds joy in that. She finds joy in the nature around their house and their home, and she loves the state that they're in, where they live. So she's always looking for the silver lining. She reads all the time. She loves reading, escaping into a book. So she's doing okay. I worry more about my mom than she worries about herself. Oh, Joel's here. Hi, Joel Barnes. I'm glad you're still subscribed, Joel. That's good to know. Snobby Acorn, I love that. Thank you for saying that message to Apollo. Don't lose. You could do anything as long as you keep going forward. Very good. Oh, Gelth. Seeing Dad in 10 minutes. He's coming to get cash off me so I can pay a debt back. Always pay off your debts. Always pay off your debts. You could end up in carbonite. We all know how that goes. Oh man, I'm so behind. Okay. Thank you guys. You're so sweet. Lord Arnold, where are you going? Wait, I didn't see your previous message. I'm being too slow. Oh, Lord Arnold's going live. That's awesome. Oh, that's very exciting. I don't know. Oh, can you go? Let's see. Okay, I'm going in. Wish me luck. Interesting. Make sure, Lord Arnold, if you didn't figure it out yet, or if you're still here, try to use Stream. What am I on? StreamYard? Try to use StreamYard if you can't get your live to work. Oh man, I just realized how behind I am on the comments. All right, let me get back to the more recent ones. Lord Arnold, you might not be able to go live. I don't know if you don't have 1,000 subscribers yet. I don't think you can go live until you have 1,000 subscribers, I want to say. I think that's the threshold that you need. So we'll work on getting you up in subscribers. Everybody, if you haven't subscribed yet to Lord Arnold, make sure you throw him a subscription. He uploads very cool videos to do with space and rocket launches. And I have a feeling he would probably have a pretty cool live stream himself if he's able to get up to that level. So let's send some subscriptions Lord Arnold's way. I'm subscribed, Lord Arnold. Yeah, Gary, and that's the unfortunate thing. Like and I never realized it. I'd always heard people talk about that with cancer treatments, especially chemotherapy, like, oh, it's meant to target the cancer cells, but it additionally targets all your healthy cells and it destroys your body. It's just something, it's just so unfortunate. And there are a lot of immunotherapy trials out there now too, but unfortunately even those can have unfortunate side effects. Okay. Thank you, DJ Fox. Yeah, sorry for the quiet moments. It's usually me just scanning through your messages and seeing what you're all saying. Yes, Nova is taking a little nap right now. Oh, Gary N says, welcome the dude. I didn't see the dude yet, but I'm glad he's here. Hello, the dude. How are you doing? Ah, here we go. I've been hunkered down safe. Sorry to hear about the furlough at Gary N. Yes. Glad you're safe. As long as you guys are safe, that's what matters the most. And thank you, Joel, for that. And yes, Mateus, I completely agree. It is so much better to remain stoic, mostly during these hard times we live in. I always try to lean towards stoicism when I can. I think I'm mostly an existentialist when it comes to my underlying life philosophy. But that's only because if I go with my natural nihilism, I don't know how I would handle anything. So existentialism is a brighter alternative to nihilism. Thank you, J-Pod. I really appreciate that. And thank you, Gary N. And thank you, Mateus. And hello, Wise Guys Entertainment. What's up? Julie West, Texas strong indeed. I'm assuming you're in Texas. Stay strong. Hello, Generation Productions. Welcome to the chat. And thank you, Joel, for dropping the channel for Lord Arnold. Guys, check out Joel's link here. This is for Lord Arnold. Oh, Wise Guys, 1,000 subs is 1,000 subs is the requirement to be monetized. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how many you need to go live. I think it's the same. I think you need to have 1,000 subs to go live as well. Stillwind 87. Always remember forward into the dawn. Thank you. Cool Breeze 1817. Hello, my friend. Yes, Wise Guys, it does. Ah, the dude, I'm glad you're healing well. That's good. I was wondering how you were doing. I saw that you left a comment on one of my previous live streams or videos, but I never got around to actually reading it. Sometimes I I see comments coming in, but I don't actually I'm not able to always read all of them. Sometimes I do read them and I don't get around to responding because I want to make sure that if and when I respond, that it is well thought out and I'm responding to all the points that people make. So then, of course, when I think of things that way, I tend to get a little bit overwhelmed sometimes. But that's why I love live streaming, is because I'm able to talk to you guys right here in the moment, live and in real time. Snobby Acorn is going to go eat McDonald's. Be right back. All right, be safe. Ryan Dyer, I heard that nanites in medicine will be a thing by 2030. Let's hope. Luffy, hi Luffy, hi all, still no corona here. Kind of want to get it at this point, so I'm done with it. Anybody else got that feeling? Strangely enough, I know what you mean. As much as I don't want to get it, because I have heard that it can be very destructive on your system, there's a part of me that does kind of feel like just to get it over with and not be so fearful of the experience. But I don't know. I think it's Denmark that's actually trying to get herd immunity, and they're just slowly letting all of their citizens kind of be exposed. They're still keeping everything clean and sanitary as possible, but they're not closing everything down. They closed things for a while, but then they started to slowly reopen things. So that's going to be interesting. Denmark also has a notoriously good healthcare system, though, by other standards, of course. So we'll see. Maybe that'll work out, but maybe it won't. We'll see how it goes. Who knows? Hi, Thomas Woodford. Thank you for joining the chat. It's good to see you. Oh, Wise Guys. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is what it was. I remember, because it wasn't that long ago for me. It's 1,000 subscribers to be able to live stream, but you need 40,000 watch hours and at least 1,000 subscribers to be monetized. So it's the watch hours that you really need. Because I feel like, I don't know, getting up to 1,000 subscribers, as long as you keep doing what you love, I do think, keep doing what you love, have a passion, connect to whoever it is that your viewers are. I think you can, it's very doable to get up to 1,000 subscribers. If I can do it, I really feel like a lot of people can. The watch hours is what's really important, though, because 40,000, it's a lot of time. I think is it 40,000 hours? It sounds like a lot. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Atomic, yeah. In hard times, you see the good and bad in people. It's mostly good, I think. In the UK, the whole country was on their doorsteps clapping, the NHS and army helping supply chains in appreciation. Yeah, that's the interesting thing about it, isn't it? You really start to see people's true characters and inner selves come out in a lot of ways. They can be very dark times, for sure. And one of my favorite quotes, and I think I've said this in another stream with you guys, but hard times make strong men make good times make weak men make hard times. And I don't know, I just find that quote to be so true in so many ways. And these are certainly hard times. And I think it's going to show a lot of people's true colors, but I'm hoping those with a strong sense of self and an understanding of what their priorities are. Hi, Nova. Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing okay. I've missed you. Yeah, what Nova said. Hi, Panda Queen. I'm glad you're sheltering. Yes, keep it up. Stay safe. Hello, Bone. What's up? Ryan Dyer, I hope so. I hope the nanites are part of our medical field soon, because I would love for my mom to get that kind of treatment. I feel like that is a much a much safer, more straightforward way of treating the really aggressive forms of cancer. Gelf, yeah, I don't want it. I have enough medical issues as it is. Yeah, I think that's a natural way to feel, especially if you have any pre-existing medical conditions or immune issues. I've personally had some experience with a few things myself. I had a glass nodule in my lung a few years ago, and I honestly don't even know what it's from. I went my whole life feeling very normal, and then all of a sudden a few years ago I got the worst allergies of my life, which I never had before, and I had to go to several doctors and have several tests, and they told me that I had a glass nodule. I think it was in my left lung. I still don't know what it is. They said they couldn't really treat it and just like see how it goes. I still get shortness of breath sometimes, but I don't know. It's, you know, I don't know. It's weird. The human body can be very strange. And yeah, I still don't really have answers for that. Ah, Ryan Dyer, interesting. The dude, okay, we'll see you later, my friend. Oh, Stillwind 87, thank you. I'm a cat with heart eyes. Thank you, Stillwind 87. Thank you so much for your super chat. I love the cat with heart eyes. Instead of using like human face emojis, I almost always use cat face emojis. So you know I appreciate that, Stillwind. Thank you so much for your super chat. That's very sweet. Very, very sweet. Hello, Sultan Al Fahim. Hello. Yes. And Joel thanks you too. Generation Production says, hey, that's at the Batman. Oh, Batman's here. Hello, Batman is here to rescue us. Batman, what will we do with Gotham on lockdown? What shall we do? Hello, Something Nowhere Man. Atomic, yeah, that's what I worry about. I saw that and I thought it was, you know, an interesting concept, and we'll see. But the downside to it is very alarming, I must say. Oh, Gary, and I'm glad you love my quote. I love that quote too. Was that Aristotle, Darren? Thank you. Gotta love Aristotle. Gotta love those Greek philosophers, man. They really knew where it was at. Oh, wow. Panda Queen, where are you? What city are you in? If you don't mind disclosing, I promise I won't stop you. Rhodesian Scout, hi. Wow, Lord Arnold, that's a really good, you have 500 watch hours, but only 50 subs. Interesting. Lord Arnold, you should try making maybe one video just to greet people, welcome them to your channel, just to have that extra connection. Make sure you always get back to comments. I mean, not always, obviously you can't get back to every single comment, but from what I've seen of your channel, you do seem to get back. Having that interaction level, I think, is important, because then you get to feel a sense of community and friendship, kinship with the people who are watching your videos. But I think you do all that. So just keep going. You'll get there. Generation Productions, is there a topic we're talking about or just a general chat? Well, if you guys have any topics you would like to address, I would love to talk about them. Throw some topics out there. We can definitely converse. I'll see what everybody says, and if there are any reoccurring ideas that people have. Rhodesian Scout, I am doing okay. Of course, things, you know, in the world can be a little bit unsettling in this time, but that's why I wanted to check in with you guys, see how you were all doing. How are you doing? Yes, I saw that, the Batman, I did see that. Ah, St. Louis Panda Queen. Oh my gosh, Joel Barnes, great topic. Um, the celebrity stuff. Okay, so Joel Barnes, for people listening, Joel Barnes asks, Kelly, what's your thoughts about this celebrity entitlement going on currently with what's going on in the world? Hi, Tommy, by the way. Um, I I honestly think it's kind of laughable. I'm not getting angry. I'm not getting annoyed even. I just think it's kind of just funny that all of these celebrities are coming out of the woodworks and trying to tell people how to live and pro tips for whatever is going on in this world. It's very, I thought I was a cringy person, and I still do think I'm a cringy person, but these celebrities, man, with the stuff that they're putting out there and the content that they're trying to stay, up in the popularity with, it's just uncomfortable, and it just reeks of wanting that attention and wanting to stay relevant, wanting to stay in the spotlight despite not having access to the Hollywood machine and the headlines and the news media. They're just trying to stay relevant, and it doesn't necessarily reflect that they're bad people, but of course it's Hollywood. The ego is going to be rampant, regardless of what's going on in the world, but especially times like these, and especially because I do think a lot of the more um, prevalent celebrities that really put themselves out there already, celebrities that tend to stay in the tabloids, that tend to always have gossip about them, those I think tend to be the ones that really do come from a sense of ego, maybe a little narcissism, and they want to be relevant, they want to be heard, they want to feel important. And of course we all know people like that in real life. You don't need to be a celebrity to have those qualities, but it's just very telling to me to see some of this happen. I also understand on the other side of it, there might be some real, positive intentions that they have. I don't necessarily think they're bad people or that it's all necessarily coming from ego. They might just be out of touch to the point where they think that they're going to inspire people or make people feel warm and fuzzy and safe, but really it just comes across as pandering and pretentious and eye rolling. So it's a great topic though. Thank you for asking. But yeah, I'm not personally a big fan. I've been very disillusioned with Hollywood and Hollywood culture for many years now. Really the only actors that I really enjoy are the ones that keep to themselves and still have a private life and seem to kind of be off the radar. And the ones who, as cliche as it is to say, really do it for the craft and the art of it rather than being a part of the celebrity culture. Just, I don't know. I don't know. It just, yeah, it just makes me uncomfortable. The best way I can possibly say it. Oh wow, Bone says, I haven't left the house in 6 days. Might go out tomorrow morning to hunt down some food and scavenge for toilet paper. Hunting and gathering, indeed. We are back to hunting and gathering times. Yes, good luck with that, Bone. Yes, Tommy, I'm doing okay. Little uneasy, of course, like everybody else, but wanted to touch base, see how you guys are all doing, make sure you're all safe, healthy. Thomas Woodford, great point. This is such an important thing, and this is what I really have lost a lot of. I don't want to say respect, but I've lost a lot of my what used to be. I used to want to stay up to date with the news cycle, not the 24-hour news cycle, because the 24-hour news cycle is exhausting and limitless. But the news cycle in general, I wanted to stay up to date with current events. But now, of course, we're hearing mostly the worst possible headlines because that's what keeps people tuning in. That's what keeps people checking in for more. If you're putting people in a fear-based mindset and a scared mindset, they're going to be that much more likely to stop, freeze, and want to see what's going on so that they feel a sense of control and safety, when really what it's doing is the opposite, and it's keeping you kind of paralyzed in a state of fear and anxiety. I am not immune to this. I've been feeling it myself. I think I've told you guys a few times. I stopped watching the news about 3 weeks ago now. I used to watch the news almost every single day. I watch Sky News, which is based in London, because I just can't even deal with American news anymore. No offense to American news. And I love America. It's a beautiful country in many ways. In most ways, it's beautiful. It's wonderful. But the news, it's so one-sided, regardless of where you look. There aren't really any platforms anymore that really take a more objective stance. It's all very opinion-based. It's all very partisan. So I try to stay away from that. Not that Sky News is not, opinionated and partisan, but it gives me a more zoomed out look at the world news scope overall. So, but even that, I can't watch it anymore because it's just, to say it's depressing is cliche, because I think a lot of the times if you're engaged with a 24-hour news cycle, it's going to be depressing because that's what's lucrative for them. But yes, Thomas Woodford, long story short, he says, I wish the news would also focus on how many have recovered instead of just reporting the current cases and, the bad stuff associated with them. Very well said, Thomas. I completely agree. And I would like to say that I think it will change, but I think for now they're going to leech as much out of viewership as they possibly can. It's a business. Guild Walker, I am the furthest thing from a celebrity. I say often, I love having a smaller channel. It feels safe and cozy and comfortable. I actually love having, the fact that we're at 44 people in the stream right now, it gives me a sense of relief, because sometimes when there are a lot of people in the stream, I just start getting so anxious that I can never keep up with comments. You guys know that I'm already, not the most wonderful at keeping up with comments because I like to read as many as I can. But yeah, I'm definitely not a celebrity, but thank you for the vote of confidence. Hello, welcome Stig Kenobi, by the way. I saw that you're in the chat. Luffy is God. What are people's go-to TV shows now that you're locked up home? I'm watching Married with Children and loving it. Oh my gosh, flashback. Speaking of that time in history, I just watched Romy and Michelle's high school reunion last night for the first time since I was in high school, and what a sweethearted movie. What a sweet-spirited little snapshot in time that movie was. My go-to show right now that's still currently airing is Better Call Saul. It's phenomenal. I love Breaking Bad. I'm a huge Breaking Bad fan. I venture to say that Better Call Saul is just as good, if not better sometimes. I love Better Call Saul, and I highly recommend Breaking Bad if you haven't seen it. Better Call Saul. Absolutely. Also just finished up the last episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm this Sunday, I think it was, which is Larry David's show. Very fun. Very, very fun. I really enjoy Larry David's humor. Tommy, you're the best mod. Thank you. Oh, Panda Queen. That's crazy. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Be careful. Be careful. Oh, King of Ruckus, thank you for saying I'm not cringe. I'm awesome. I still make myself cringe, so I feel like that must mean I'm objectively cringy. If you can make yourself cringe, I feel like that must mean that you're really intrinsically a cringy person. Sometimes I say things and I'm just like, what? Why? Why did I say that? Like in that moment. Sometimes it takes a while though. Sometimes hindsight is what it takes to really realize, to fully realize the extent of my cringiness. Oh, interesting. Hang on. Stig Kenobi, hello. I hope you're well too. I hope you're doing okay. Joel Barnes, what's going on with Stillwind? That's weird. I hope that's not YouTube being creepy. YouTube is starting to really freak me out. So Joel said, I don't know, I still see your super chat in here. Why was it refunded from YouTube? That is so weird. I wonder why YouTube is doing that. Weird. Oh, Gary. Oh, thank you so much. How about a little humor with a corny joke? How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? Octopus laugh. 10 tickles. Tentacles. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Tentacles. I love octopi and squid. They're so cute, and they're actually really, really intelligent too. So that's an adorable joke. Thank you, Gary. And for the corny joke, I needed that. That made me feel better. That's so cute. Tentacles. I've never heard that one before. Gary, you know my corniness. So important for me. King of Ruckus says Gary and bruh. And thank you for the super chat, Gary. Thank you so much. J-Lo Flicks. Yes, I'm okay. I'm doing okay. Things are scary. Stillwind 87. Thank you. I don't know what happened. Like, did YouTube write you and say that they were refunding it? I'm wondering if YouTube is trying to silence me. I don't know why. It must be anyone talking about this at all. And I try to avoid the topic, obviously, but that's very alarming to know. Let me know if it happens again. But thank you so much for the sentiment, and thank you so much for the super chat. That's so sweet of you. That's so strange. That really makes me feel sad that YouTube would do that to anybody. But that's very sweet of you to resend it. I appreciate it. Oh, Gelf Walker, you missed out on a 65-inch TV for $600. 65 inches. That's a big TV. Wow. Although probably now is a good time to save regardless. So maybe it's a message from the universe. Gary N. My super chat went through, no refunds yet. That's good. Gary, let me, if it changes, let me know, because that's really, really weird. And I don't know, YouTube's starting to feel a little nefarious to me right now. Welcome back, the dude. Ah, Gelf, that makes sense. Which is just so sad to me. Gelf says they're throttling all channels except main news crap and their chosen few. I mean, if there's any time to uplift people, this is it. And yet YouTube has gone the direction of wanting to feed the corporate access mainstream. And I don't know, it's a very sad time. Of all the times in the current history of the world that we could use a little bit more uplifting and connection to people that we've found in the various internet communities, this does not seem like the most opportune time to throttle those. But I'm sure they're just going to play it off and say that it's their AI system and they're not there, so they can't control it, even though it seems that these things were set in place before they left. And I'll agree with Tommy here. Skynet is in control. Yes, seems like that. Seems like that is true. We got to destroy Skynet, guys. Stillwind, interesting. I'm not sure either. I know it happened on Gary's Nerderotic chat once, but that was months ago. That's so interesting. Peter Colabucci, bad YouTube, bad. Yeah. Oh my God, wait, hang on. I see JPod and Stig talking. Stig, I had gotten unsubbed to a bunch of channels lately, unsubbed to Drunk 3PO 4 times, and for some reason I had been subbed to some channel with 640 subs with only 4 videos. That's creepy. Like, that's actually disturbing. Wow. That is so weird. I have to check my subscriptions. I haven't checked obviously, because I didn't realize this was such a problem. Obviously, King of Ruckus wrote me earlier and said that he was unsub for my channel, like, what, 2 or 3 times now, King of Ruckus? Like, today, just today. So that's so strange. What's really creepy, Stig, is that you were subbed to another channel involuntarily. A big channel with 4 videos. That's very strange. These are strange times. I'm sorry I keep itching my nose. I don't know why my nose is itchy today. Wow. Gelf Walker, you now have green hair. Hey, like the Joker. Very cool. Oh, Joel. Joel says, don't start scaring me, Stig. Exactly, Bone. I hear you there. And J-Pod was unsubbed from Drunk too. That is very, very scary. Gary, I agree. YouTube is not what it used to be. Gosh, I started watching YouTube in what, 2006? And obviously from there, the content really took off. And I found a few people that I really enjoyed. What's special about YouTube is you can meet someone from the other side of the world and feel a connection and actually communicate in real time with live streaming and stuff now. I just watched one of my favorite content creators. She has nothing to do with Star Wars or nerddom or anything at all, but her name is Kendall Ray, and she's a pretty big YouTuber. She has over a couple million subscribers, but she live streamed and she was talking to all of us, and it was really, really cool. There were maybe 5,000 people in the chat at one time, but she was taking her time to try to see as many messages as she could, and it was really sweet. And I'm subscribed. She has 3 channels. I'm subscribed to all of them, and it's really special to feel that. But not every YouTuber necessarily has a sense of community either. Like, I don't really know any of her other subscribers. I don't see really familiar faces because there are just so many of them. One thing I love about doing this with you guys is that I feel a sense of community because I see you guys talk to each other, recognize each other. I recognize you guys. Sometimes I go on other people's streams and see you guys there. So that kind of stuff is really special. And ideally, we can keep that. Ideally, YouTube realizes the importance of that and that really humanistic quality, because if not, YouTube's just going to become like any standard television channel or platform that just pumps out content, and it's going to lose its sense of humanistic connectivity and community and all the little communities that it has that are special and unique. I don't know. It makes me sad to think about that. Rhodesian Scout, the Divinals. Oh my gosh. I used to have a little tape from the Divinals my parents kept in their car, and there's so many songs on there that I remember. Obviously, their most popular one, I think, is "I Touch Myself," because that was in Austin Powers, I think, in the Fembot scene. But there were so many good songs on that. At least I think they're good in my head from when I was a kid, and I listened over and over and over to them. But I haven't heard them in years because I've checked like Spotify, and they're not on Spotify. Yes, Gary, and I think live streams are the best part of YouTube too. Yeah, Gary, and I agree with you on that. Welcome back, Panda Queen. Rhodesian Scout. Yes, I'm touching my face, but I've also been isolated in here, and I haven't touched any external things. Anytime I go outside my apartment and come back in, I, of course, sanitize everything. I'm super, super cautious. So I'm touching my face, but myself and my apartment are the only things I've been. Generation, what kind of car do cats drive? A Cadillac. That's cute. Trace, really? Wait, so I can't. Wow, that's so weird. That's disturbing. Tommy says, I get a quarter of the notifications that I used to get. Yeah, me too. The only notifications I get are from big channels now. Very sad. Oh, Phil. That's so sweet. Phil says, Kelly, your community is one of the best. It's our community, guys. It's ours, not mine. I think of this channel as being our place, our happy place. I don't feel a sense of like territoriality or entitlement to it. Obviously, it's my name and I'm the one here, but I feel like we're all here together. That's what makes it special. That's what keeps me coming back. Subhuman 84. I'm surprised I haven't been unsubbed to any of the channels I'm subscribed to. Yeah, I have to check. I'll check later today because that's really, really creepy and alarming. So strange. Whoa, the comments just jumped. Leon Kennedy, Kitty's going to wake up from a nap. Yeah, she will eventually. She usually wakes herself up and freaks out and comes running over and wants to be pet. The Wanderer, hey! Hey chat, hey Kelly, glad to be back for another live stream. Best part of the week. Hope you are all doing well in these turbulent times. Love from the UK. Thank you, The Wanderer. That's very sweet. I'm glad I was able to make it today. I wanted to do it earlier. I wasn't even sure if I'd be able to do it today, but I'm glad I was able to be here. Glad I am able to be here, present tense. Apollo Patriot, I gotta eat dinner. Hail all of you outstanding humans. Hail Jedi Bunny, nice outfit, and hail Greek mythology. Yes, Apollo, indeed. Thank you for being here, Apollo. Have a great dinner. Take care of yourself, please. And yes, hail Greek mythology. Oh my gosh, I didn't know they had an Acropolis emoji. That's so cool. And I like the little mountains. It's like Mount Olympus. Very cool. Wow. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to am I gonna have to not be able to say, can I say Batman? I'm just gonna say Batman really fast. So the Batman, I was told that I couldn't say the first part of the second part of your name because of its association with what's going on in the world right now. So I'm gonna have to censor myself when I say your name. Sorry, I'm quiet. I have on Call of the Wild, a new movie with Harrison Ford in, and I can't stop it. I don't know if that was intended to be as funny as I think it is, but that's funny. Oh man, poor Harrison Ford. Ugh, what happened? Panda Queen, for me, it is currently 4:19 p.m. Pacific daytime. Rhodesian Scout, by the way, Kelly, I watched the stream the other day where you were a guest. Forget now who was the host. That was John Talks. I was on John Talks channel the other day. That was we had some great conversations. I really enjoyed that. I'm assuming that's who it was because the last person I streamed with on his channel was Jay, Drunk 3PO, but I want to say that was like 2 weeks ago now, maybe? That was a while ago. Hi, P. Ferreira. I'm doing okay. How are you doing? Stig Kenobi. I don't know. I have to support the Norse mythology, but Greek mythology can have second place. I feel like with my background, I should probably know more about Norse mythology, but I just grew up loving Greek mythology so much. I love it. I would like to know more about Norse mythology, though. Ah, Panda Queen. I'm 2 hours earlier than you. Ooh, Darren's reading Lock and Key by Joe Hill. It's much better than the TV show. Yeah, some of you guys, I think at least one of you told me that Lock and Key was an awful television show. But I'm glad you're enjoying the book. I started reading The Stand by Stephen King, thinking that it would be appropriate, applicable to this time we're going through. But man, unbeknownst to me, I bought the longer version, which I didn't even know was possible with Stephen King, but I got like the long extended version. Don't get the long extended version of Stephen King's books. I mean, oh my gosh, it's a lot. And I have no problem with long books. I love long books, but it's the writing style that just feels so much. But yeah, I'm reading The Stand. It's taking me a while to get through it because I do tend to get a little bit like ADD with it. I have 3 other books that I'm reading that I absolutely love. But yeah, The Stand, don't get the long version. Stig Kenobi. Yes, John is superb to talk with. He really is. He's very, he just seems very connected. He's very present. He's very aware. He's a great listener. He's a great conversationalist. And he definitely has like a deeper way of thinking that I really appreciate. I think he's very balanced in a lot of ways. So yeah, I really respect and appreciate him. Very cool. Leon Kennedy, I remember that when it was John Talks Star Wars, then he changed it to John Talks because there were just so many other topics in the world to talk about. Yeah. P. Ferreira, my mom's doing okay. She's staying optimistic. She's staying hopeful. I miss her a lot. It's scary because I was supposed to go home and visit her in August because it's my Monchita's 93rd birthday and we were all going to get together. I was going to be on the East Coast with them, and now I'm scared that it might not happen due to what's going on. Her condition is okay. She's stable. She was having a lot of pain, so they took her off her last treatment, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, but she's staying optimistic. That's what matters. Well, Rhodesian Scout, 4 p.m. where Kelly is. I feel like I'm time traveling because I'm sure it's 10:21 a.m. Saturday morning here. Yes, you are time traveling. Oh, Bone, that's cool. You found it. Oh, you found my channel from John Talks live stream. Very cool. Well, thank you for being here. I'm happy to have you on board. Yeah, and for those of you who are just starting to get to know me, when I'm on other people's live streams or even when I have guests on this channel, I'm really, really bad at reading. Oh, there's my dryer. That is the loudest buzzer for a dryer I have ever heard. And it will go off again, unfortunately. But yeah, so when I have another person that I'm collaborating with, it's really hard for me to read the chat because I want to make sure that I'm honed into whatever the person's saying and whatever we're talking about. But I always want to read the chat and I try to keep my eye on it as much as possible. So it's nice when I'm by myself because then I can actually talk to you guys and feel like we're all hanging out together. Oh, Keck44. All right, go bounce around some other streams, Keck44. It was nice having you here. It's always great having you here. Subhuman84, yeah, I am enjoying the Stand so far. I just wish I hadn't gotten the long version because he goes into much more detail with the different characters and little side stories and stuff. And, you know, it's Stephen King, so his writing is very, very, it can be long-winded at times. Let's just say that. But I do love Stephen King. I grew up reading Stephen King in middle school, and one of my first high school book reports was on It, which is a very long book. If you haven't read It, it's so long. So Oh my gosh, the teachers must have thought I was such a strange kid with the books I would choose. Oh, the dude, thank you for your super chat. I'm also wondering when I'll be able to see my parents. I usually travel in the summer to see them, but who knows this year? Yeah. I mean, I hadn't even booked the flight yet because I wasn't sure with my budget, but it's not, obviously I would make it work, but now it's really scary to think that it might not come to fruition. It's scary. I hope it works out for you too. Yeah, who knows this year? A lot of people are saying that it's supposed to be better in the summer with the warm weather, but that it could come back in the fall, which I guess is a common occurrence for these sorts of things. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Man, world's crazy. Yes, thank you, P. Ferreira. I hope she gets better too. Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so. Oh, Will Gentry's here. Hey, Will Gentry. And by the way, the dude, thank you again for your super chat. I really appreciate that. And I really do hope you get to go see your parents in the summer. Huh. Generation Productions. Since Jedi is in your name, what do you think of the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker? I have not seen Rise of Skywalker yet. I don't know if I'm going to. I was very disheartened after The Last Jedi, and I don't have a lot of faith in Rise of Skywalker. I have watched Red Letter Media's review of it, and I watched Honest Trailer's Rise of Skywalker trailer the other day, which was really, really funny. And I'm assuming that it's probably spot on as far as the actual film treatment goes. I don't know if I'm going to see it. My opinion without seeing it is minimal because I haven't seen it, but from what I've heard, it just doesn't seem like it hit the mark very well. I think a lot of people have said that they thought it was better than Last Jedi, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just very disappointing to me what happened to the franchise. Man. Oh, Panda Queen, me and my fam are getting a puppy. Has to be small. What should I get? I love Shiba Inus. They're awesome little dogs, very intelligent, can be very sweet, can be a little bit aloof. They're a Spitz breed, which is in the same breed as like Huskies, and so they can kind of, they're almost cat-like sometimes, but they're super cool. I also really like French Bulldogs, but they come with a variety of they can have some predispositions to health issues, particularly respiratory issues and skin conditions. But if you want a small dog, I don't know, a lot of people love like Yorkshire Terriers, I guess. I'm not a big small dog person, so I don't know. I always liked big dogs. I grew up with Rottweilers and a Husky. But yeah, I think Shiba Inus, they're kind of like a small to mid-sized dog, and they're super, super cool. Like if I was going to get a dog, I think, and it was like on the smaller to mid-sized scale, I'd probably get either a Shiba or a French Bulldog just because they have adorable, funny, quirky personalities. I think the first video I ever uploaded to YouTube is a French Bulldog that I was puppy sitting for, who's adorable. And they talk. They have like the cutest little like whiny voices. Oh my gosh. So cute. Ah, J-Pod, reading my favorite book, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Must read if you haven't read it. I saw the movie. I haven't read the book. I always thought the movie was very strange, but the premise was very intriguing. And I've heard good things about the book, better things about the book than the film. So I might have to give that a shot. Right now I'm reading, I'm going to start rereading The Alchemist, which is one of my favorite books of all time. And I think it's something that everybody should read, especially in times like these. It's a beautiful story. And I'm also reading here. Let me show you guys what else I'm reading. I've already shown you guys this one. This is by Alan Watts. He was a a philosopher. This book, so beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is my probably third time reading this one, and I'm probably going to read it over and over and over again for the rest of my life, just because its material is so relevant and dense and important, I think, in many ways. You know, Alan Watts is not without criticism as far as his philosophy and his insight goes, but I do think he really touches upon a lot of the elements of like philosophy that I find to be the most, I don't want to say comforting, but maybe liberating, independently liberating. So I really recommend this. It's called The Book on the Taboo Against Knowing Who You Are by Alan Watts. This is The Alchemist. Oh, here's a hair hanging off of it. The Joys of Being a Girl, Woman, Lady, She, Female. But yes, The Alchemist, beautiful, beautiful story. I haven't read this one in a few years, so I'm really looking forward to getting back into that. And then this one is one my friend sent me when she found out what I was going through, and it's called When Things Fall Apart by Pema Chodron. And this woman is a Buddhist, and a lot of this stuff is really good just for generally kind of facing what we already internalize and what already comes out as kind of insecurity or fear, especially dealing with death. You know, so I've always been drawn to more Eastern practices of spirituality. So yeah, I'm not like a spiritual like woo-woo person, but I do really enjoy kind of digging into philosophy and spirituality and those things meeting. But I am a big skeptic, so I prefer things that don't really, you know, tell you what to think, if that makes sense. But yeah, I will definitely check out Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy too. That sounds really good, or it seems really good, because I know that has a big following. Ooh, with Incels Interlink says Neil Gaiman wrote a book on his interpretation of Norse mythology. You know, guys, real quick, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm going into this. Okay, good. No, I didn't. All right, let's see. Okay. The Wanderer, thanks for the kind words. Glad you're well. Good point on the chat. It's like a commune for decent people. It's proved there's decent people left in the world. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you, Wanderer. That's beautiful. That means a lot to me. Rhodesian Scout, I'm on a journey of reading every Star Wars book ever published. That is quite a journey. There have been a lot. Are you including comic books there? Because you will never run out. I used to read a lot of the EU stuff when I was younger. I think I started maybe in like middle school, late middle school, early high school. I read a lot of those, but I really don't remember much from any of them. Oh, darn. Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind again. Hang on. Gary N, yes. I really, really do recommend it. She's a beautiful writer too, Pema. She really illustrates a lot, and it delves into, you know, trying to find clarity, trying to face the things that we tend to push down, push away, run away from. And she argues that a lot of the things that we run away from, that we're scared of, that we're frightened to face, are the things that we bring more into our lives, which I definitely can relate to that notion. Indeed. Leon, definitely read The Alchemist. If you've already been drawn to reading The Alchemist, definitely read it. It's a really easy read too. It's small. I mean, obviously it's small in size. That doesn't necessarily always translate to being an easy read, but for me, it's easy not because it's simplistic or you know, elementary in any form. It's very, very deep. It's beautiful, and it is simple but not simplistic, if that makes sense. And I mean, I think the first time I read this, I finished it in maybe 4 days or something. So it's and I wasn't even trying to speed read it. So it's definitely worth it. It's a beautiful story, and it's a message that I think everyone can benefit from, for sure. Gary, I prefer reading books personally, but I've never tried an audiobook. So I can't even say that I prefer it because I've never actually listened to an audiobook. I listen to podcasts sometimes, but only when I'm at the gym. But there's something about reading a book where I feel like it requires me to truly, truly focus, where I worry that if I were to listen, I might not pay full attention. So I really like reading because I find it to be such an immersive experience. And I think if I were listening to an audiobook, I would make excuses to do other things while I was listening, like cleaning or, I don't know, walking. Not that walking is distracting or anything, but But yeah, I've heard a lot of great things about audiobooks, and I'm sure that they're wonderful. Owen hasn't seen Rise of Skywalker either. Sorry guys, now I'm going back in time to older comments to see what I missed. I'm not going to read them all. Okay. Mm-hmm. Going back. Atomic. I'm not going to read this out loud because Lord knows YouTube will do crazy things to my channel if I do. But yes, I've noticed that. It's very interesting. Mateus, yes, Alan Watts audio logs are great to hear in times like these. There was a YouTube channel for a while that was continuously live streaming 24/7 Alan Watts talking. I don't know if it's around anymore. They might have gotten erased because Lord knows nothing's safe anymore. But yeah, he also has a very soothing way of speaking. I find I really like the beats that he hits in terms of his speaking rhythm, and I find his words to be very comforting in times like these. So yeah, Alan Watts, I highly recommend, whether it's watching a video, listening to something, or reading one of his books. I have 3 of his books, but this is the only one that I've read multiple times and will continue to read multiple times. I forget what the other 2 are that I have, but he has a lot of books, and every one I've really enjoyed that I've read any part of. But yeah, this one's my favorite. Oh man, I'm really behind. Okay. Will Gentry, Alan Watts was a philosopher. Let's see if it says on this. He was a philosopher. I want to say he was born was he around in the 30s? I'm not super educated on his actual biography. I'm just a big fan of his writing. So he wrote this in 1966. But it is more relevant today than I think it was in 66. But a very, very fascinating and brilliant writer, I think. Not all of his takes are perfect on things, but I do really, really enjoy his writing and his overall philosophy. He was really one to incorporate a lot of Eastern philosophy and bordering on spirituality into the Western realm. So yeah, very, very cool stuff. I think I think his books might have sparked the whole like spiritual revolution in the 60s with the Beatles and all that kind of stuff. Generation Productions. I've played Knights of the Old Republic, and there was another one that I don't remember what it was. It was kind of forgettable, but Knights of the Old Republic was my jam. I absolutely love Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah, the dude, that's how I feel. On principle, I almost feel like I just can't even bring myself to see it. It's a matter of principle, but it's also a matter of I don't think I can afford any more emotional darkness from what I experienced after seeing The Last Jedi. I don't know. Maybe one day if it's available for free somewhere, I'll give it a try, but I don't know. Hi, Ken. I've been doing okay. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Back. Ken, I agree. I was very fooled by The Force Awakens. I actually recently reread. I wrote a review of The Force Awakens, and I really liked it when it came out. I was hoodwinked for sure. It's very cringy to read my review of that. Looking back, I don't know. I still wish they had kind of stuck with a lot of the setups for that one and with the tone, because I think that was still way better than The Last Jedi, and I'm assuming it was better than Rise of Skywalker. But yeah, looking back in retrospect, they were starting to already destroy a lot of what we loved already, and I just think I was naive to noticing those things. But it is cool to find people that that saw it even then, and because I was naive. Yeah, Rhodesian Scout. That was rough. When the Han Solo scene, that was really disturbing to me. Obviously, Han Solo is one of my favorite characters in any movie of all time, and seeing him die so unceremoniously, so like, I don't know. I just sad. Just sad in more ways than just being like emotionally sad. It was sad in many different contexts, in many different facets. I'm glad you're doing well, Ken. Good to know. I'm glad. Jeremy Swiggs, hi. Oh, you see Nova sleeping. Yes. Little Queen Nova. She's amazing. She's such a good cat. She helps keep me sane in these times. Thomas Woodford, I need to go make my dinner. Have a great night. Glad I caught your live stream. Good night. All stay safe. Thank you, Thomas, for being here. Mateus, yes, Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, two of the greatest Stoics. I recommend their books. I do have a book on Stoicism. I haven't started it yet, but it's based, I think, obviously mostly off of Marcus Aurelius and Seneca's works. I think Marcus Aurelius has one of my favorite quotes, which is, "What we do in life echoes in eternity." And they used that in Gladiator, which I loved. Yeah. Stoicism, now more than ever, I think is going to gain a lot of popularity. And I noticed, interestingly enough, Stoicism has been picking up its popularity. It's been repopularized over the last couple of years. I've noticed a lot of channels popping up with Stoicism. There's a great philosophy channel. I don't want to butcher the name. I think it's called Eiselgeiner or something like that. Eiselgeiner. Definitely butchering that. Nope, that's definitely not it. I'm subscribed to them though. They're one of my favorite philosophy channels. Let me see if I can find them. And I'll recommend other philosophy channels that I have if I see any. I'm not subscribed to that many. I was subscribed to this girl called Alps Void, who was really good, but she recently just deleted all of her videos. She only has 2 videos up. Okay, where are you? Eitzelganger. Great philosophy channel. They actually, their most recent one is called The Benefits of Self-Isolation. Isolation, can you guys see that? No, that's horrible. I'm sorry, hang on, let me turn my brightness down. Oh, that's even worse. I'm such a boomer, okay. It's a little better. No, you can't see it, but Eitzelganger, Einzelga with like an umlaut over it, Nger. Great philosophy stuff. Great, great. Wonderful, wonderful. But yeah, Stoicism, very important right now. Ooh, within cells interlinked. I've heard of The Obstacle is the Way. I haven't read that one yet. Ryan Holiday, I've heard of. Oh, Leah knows that channel. Very cool. I love seeing when you guys know of channels that I know of that aren't necessarily a part of this community already, like as far as Star Wars and nerdy stuff goes. It's cool when there are like overlaps between the different likes that we have, the affinities that we have. Yes, here it is on screen, guys. Hi, Peter Han. Wow, I'm surprised traffic was horrible wherever you are. Traffic by me has been dead, and I'm in one of the most heavily trafficked parts of the US. The Wanderer, hang on, here we go. The Wanderer, I'm a Stoic. Realized in life there's no point not to be. It takes less energy. I find to let go and be content than be angry or worried. All dependent on circumstance, of course. Yeah. I think if you deal with the spectrum of negative human emotion and you also have any iota of self-awareness, I think most roads lead to some form of philosophy eventually. And I do think Stoicism is probably one of the healthier ones to adopt. Yeah, well said. Wow, Will Gentry, hang on, here we go. Will Gentry, the traffic police here are doing random stops to check why you're out and what you're doing. It's nuts. Woo, yeah. Things are gonna be weird for a while, guys. Very, very strange. Yes, King of Ruckus. Oh my gosh, I love Russell Crowe and Joaquin Phoenix in Gladiator. Oh, so good. I think Joaquin Phoenix made such a good villainous character in Gladiator. I love Gladiator. I really do. That's one of my favorite movies still. So beautiful. And I've always had a fascination with ancient Greece and ancient Rome, ancient Egypt, just ancient civilizations in general, ancient China. There's so many cool things about this world and human history and what we've all been through, how history repeats itself if we're not careful. Very, very cool. Not that Gladiator is historically accurate, although I have mentioned this channel before. It's called History Buffs, and he has a great one on Gladiator, and he talks about how even though it's not historically accurate, it's still one of his favorite films, and he really enjoys it. Obviously, the story of Maximus did not really happen. There was no particular gladiator that was really written about heroically in the history books, but there were some attributes that were somewhat, affirmed in history, but it's kind of like 300 where it's a very artistic, creative take on a time that did happen in history. He has a good video on 300 too, in the Battle of Thermopylae. Peter Han, movies like Gladiator make me look up real history. I love history buffs. He's insanely in love with the film Waterloo. I haven't watched his one on Waterloo yet. I'll have to check that out. Subhuman 84, I love Clash of the Titans, the original, only the original. That is one of my favorite movies. It is so sweet and good and cool, and I love the stop animation, clay animation, whatever it is in that. The scene with Medusa, oh my gosh, so cool. That's where I really fell in love with Greek history and Greek mythology more so. Oh my gosh, so cool. And that little owl, Bobu or Bubo, whatever his name was. I love this atomic. Knowledge without wisdom is worthless? Yes, I do agree. Hi, Snobby Acorn. I hope you ate some good ramen. Oh, thank you, McMadman. Rhodesian Scout. I hit the like button several times. I think it worked only once. Leon Kennedy, seen history buffs for Dunkirk. Yeah, he has a lot of good ones. I haven't seen that one. I never saw Dunkirk. But yeah, he has a lot of good ones. Yes, King of Ruckus. I think you'll like history buffs. He's really good. He's funny. It's funny when he gets mad at certain historical interpretations, because he really is a true history buff. Like, he knows his stuff. He researches everything extraordinarily thoroughly. He gets particularly mad. Now, I love the movie Apocalypto. I thought it was awesome, but he hates how historically inaccurate that was, apparently, and I had no idea because I never really looked into that period of time in that particular region. And his criticisms have to do more with like what was going on with the region at the time and just how like unabashedly incongruent it was with what actually happened. So it's funny to see. It's funny when you see someone that's really well versed or well informed on a topic get really annoyed at things like that. I don't know. I just find it very entertaining. Worth checking out for sure. Hi, Sideways Optimist. Oh wow. Snobby Acorn. Jedi Bunny, you should make a movie. I would spend $5 just to watch. Thank you. I'm glad. Unfortunately, my editing skills are not really up to par with most. I have a lot of creative ideas and hopeful visions one day of the future. But for now, I'm just little old me. Gary N., you will love history buffs. I'm glad you subscribed. I think you'll really enjoy him. I'm playing with my Post-it again, my comfort Post-it from last time. It's not being fun. Every time you talk about ramen, you make me want ramen. Yes. Are you not entertained? Mr. Batman. I did not know. Wait, Mr. Batman, did you just change your name from the Batman to Mr. Batman? No, I meant, that's so funny. No, someone said I couldn't say the animal part of your name, not the first part. I can say I can't say the animal part. The mammal that flies. We're not allowed to say that anymore, apparently, on YouTube. So you could be Mr. Batman, though. That's funny. I like that. Ooh, Ken, I have not watched The Shining and Dr. Sleep back to back. That sounds fun, though. I might have to do that in the winter. I always think of The Shining as a great winter movie. Snowed in, even though I don't get snow here. Atomic. Maybe I should read up on some philosophy. Got plenty of time on my hands, but I'm not trying to stop my mom from doing everything and making herself poorly. Oh, your mom sounds very sweet. And yeah, I always recommend philosophy. I'd look into a few different ones, maybe check out some YouTube channels. That one I mentioned is a good one to start sort of get into it a little bit, depending on what you're interested in. I personally think I try to balance somewhere between existentialism and stoicism, but I need a lot of practice because I almost always end up with very nihilistic thoughts, which are very, very, very unhealthy and disturbing. So that's why I think existentialism is a healthy answer to nihilism. But first you have to go through absurdism and realize how absurd everything is. Atomic, I just saw this quote somewhere. Maybe it was you on someone else's channel, but someone I think just commented this on a video that I watched recently. It was a Joe Rogan video, I think, but it was an old one. So that's interesting you said that. Never argue with stupid people. They will just drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. Mark Twain. Well said. Well said, Mr. Twain. Well said. Atomic, being with parents after 30 years, I could do with being philosophical, LOL. Do you know any quotes? Do you know any good stuff in quotes? I just know stuff like, let me see if you followed that up. Never, oh, that's what you said. Okay, okay. See, I time traveled. Peter Hahn, I'm hungry and for some reason thinking of tacos. If you're thinking of tacos, that probably means there's something in there, nutrient-wise, that your body's craving. So figure it out. Get yourself something like tacos. The Bee-Man. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Thank you, the Bee-Man. This does make it a little bit easier. This does this does help. I love it. Ooh, Will Gentry, good one. Talking of quotes, I literally just got sent this one. To argue with a person who has renounced the use of reason is like administering medicine to the dead. Thomas Paine. Holy smokes, that's amazing. Don't mind me, guys, while I take a photo of my computer screen. Hang on. Yes, there are Nova bite marks on my phone. But yeah, that's a beautiful quote. I need to remember that. Yes, Thomas Paine. Indeed. Thank you, Will Gentry. Oh, I need this open to see my chat. Our chat. Moan. Have no fear, Bee-Man is here. Yes. There's just a giant bee on the what did you call that? The illuminated sign, light sign. There's just a bee instead of the animal. Gary N, yes, I do. I do find it very interesting that the temples of the Incas, Mayans, Aztecs all have a striking resemblance to the pyramids of ancient Egypt. I do find it very interesting. I'm not informed enough to speculate upon what the reason is for it, but I can certainly understand why there are so many theories and conspiracy theories towards that. I think it's really cool. I like the theory that it's like a transmitter to the universe, the cosmos. That's pretty cool because it makes sense that a sharp upward line would have that effect. But yeah, it's very interesting. Oh, I love this, Rhodesian Scout. Everyone smile when Kelly takes our picture. That's so cute. Cheese. Something Nowhere Man said, cheese. Oh, the Bee-Man. Oh, if you enjoy Robert Pattinson as an actor, I just saw The Lighthouse last 2 weekends ago, maybe. That is one of the best films I've ever seen in my life. It is not for everybody. It is not like Hollywood entertaining, but if you like David Lynch, if you like darker, more less cinematic, not blockbuster, not Hollywood, but darker tales, darker stories, something that just has a visceral tone to it. The Lighthouse is one of the best films I've ever seen. And Robert Pattinson is phenomenal in it. Who would have thought that the guy from the vampire dude from Twilight or Cedric Diggory from Harry Potter would evolve into such a compelling, original, talented, gifted actor. I mean, I'm sure he always had talent, but I was blown away by his performance in The Lighthouse. And Willem Dafoe was it Willem Dafoe? I feel like I always mix him up with Hugo Weaving. I always see Willem Dafoe and Hugo Weaving. It was Willem Dafoe. For some reason, I always mix those two up, but it was definitely Willem Dafoe. Amazing. The Lighthouse. Some of the best performances I've ever seen by actors. Just, I have chills just thinking about it. Hi, Rebecca Gold. Snobby Acorn. I have not seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World yet. Gary N. I don't know if we've talked about David Lynch together, but he's in my top directors. David Lynch, probably my favorite living director right now. I also really enjoyed Orson Welles. I used to really like Terrence Malick. David Lynch is definitely my favorite now, though, for sure. Kubrick. Oh my gosh. David Lynch and Kubrick are probably my top runners for favorite directors of all time. Rhodesian Scout, will Nova get her own YouTube channel? I think she would sleep through most of it because she's always taking cat naps, but maybe. She wants to take over my channel. She's told me. I've woken up with Nova staring at me, telling me she's going to take my YouTube channel over one day. So we'll see. Yes, The Bee Man. See The Lighthouse. See The Lighthouse. I believe it was the same director that also did The Witch, which was excellent, but made me very, very uncomfortable. But in a good way, because it was just that well done. But it's something that I don't care to ever see again, because it just, on a visceral level, just gave me the heebie-jeebies. Oh, Rebecca, thank you. Have a coffee on me. Stay safe. Rebecca, that's so sweet. Thank you so much for your super chat. I love your photo, by the way. That's so beautiful with the red hood. You look like a beautiful elven Red Riding Hood. Thank you for the coffee. I appreciate that, Rebecca, very much. It's very sweet of you. Peter Hahn with super chat Nova. Oh my gosh. Me too. Send her toys and treats. Larry. Hi, Larry. Hi, Jimmy Knoxville. Hey, guys. I love bizarre stuff. Will Gentry saying Scott Pilgrim's one of the weirdest films you've ever seen. It was just bizarre. I love weird. That's why I love David Lynch. It's just that surreal, bizarre, strange stuff. When it's well done, I love it. Sometimes it can be a little on the nose or annoying, but when you have a director that really does a good job with the uncanny, strange, surreal things, it's awesome. Because that's life. Like, life isn't straightforward. Life isn't cookie cutter. Life can be very strange, especially our experience of it as humans, because we're so subjective in our way of viewing and perceiving things. And a lot of the times what we perceive to be reality is not. So I love when you have a good director, amazing director like David Lynch, who kind of pokes holes in the fabric of reality and even time and space in our experience of it. It's just so cool. That's one reason I really like Terrence Malick's Tree of Life. That was my favorite movie for a few years when I saw it, because it just felt so true to the human experience. Oh, McMadman, gotta run. Stay safe, wash your hands, be kind to one another. Thanks, McMadman. Thank you for stopping by the stream. It's so nice to see you here. Gary! Aw, a chicken coop only has 2 doors. If it had 4, it would be a chicken sedan. Oh my god, that's so cute. Oh, a chicken coop, like a sports coop. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. That's beautiful. Where do you I've never seen these jokes that you come up with. Thank you, Gary, and for the super chat and for the joke. You know I love that. Rebecca Gold, that's cool. That pic is not me. That's the actress in my web series. Well, she looks beautiful and awesome and very cool. Wow, I like your photography, by the way. If you did that, very cool. Mood. Rhodesian Scout. My plant is not smoking. I have my humidifier on because today is very, very dry in here. We have the Santa Ana winds, I suppose, and it's been extremely dry and blustery. So trying to keep the humidity levels up in my apartment, trying to stay healthy, and my skin's been so dry. Oh my gosh. So trying to keep it. Kelth Walker, my take on Gender Swapped Cliffhanger remake coming. I was just watching World Class BSers video on this, or stream on this last night. It's just, I don't even know what they're trying to do anymore. I almost think they care more about getting like the clap back than actually doing well financially. Leon Kennedy, I'm a fast reader. Thank you. Thank you, Leon. Sometimes I worry that I'm not fast enough. And thank you for your super chat, by the way. It's very sweet. The B-Man, I love the Blair Witch Project. That's one of my favorite scary movies. I love it. Keck44, I haven't even started trying to wrap up the stream yet. I haven't even started. We're only an hour and 46 minutes into this. That's small peanuts, guys. Ooh, Larry. I love Salvador Dali paintings. I also really like Georgia O'Keeffe. Not that they're that similar, but she has some really cool abstract works as well that really play with color and tone and texture in a really special way. And I love Georgia O'Keeffe's work in the Southwest desert after she moved to New Mexico. It's gorgeous. Snobby Acorn, my favorite color would have to be green, I think. When I was younger, I used to think it would be blue, but as I get older, I think I like green better. My mom's favorite color is green too, so I think because my mom loves green, I love it even more. Wait, hang on. I saw someone mention Mulholland Drive. I think it was it Gary? Hang on. Yes, Gary and Mulholland Drive. Oh my gosh, I love that you love it because that just explains so much about why I love you. Mulholland Drive is amazing. It is so good. It changed my life. It changed my world. And I can't say that about everybody because I think a lot of people when they see David Lynch, they just don't like something makes them uncomfortable about it. I think when I was younger, I probably would have felt very uncomfortable. But it almost evokes an internal sense that I already kind of feel about the world in a scary way. So seeing it realized in film, it's almost like a scary but validating feeling in like an existential sense, if that makes sense. Although, what's the one? Eraserhead. I still haven't recovered from seeing Eraserhead. But yes, Mulholland Drive is one of my favorites. And Blue Velvet. If you haven't seen Blue Velvet, oh my gosh. And I love Twin Peaks too. And the new one was excellent. Yes, King of Ruckus. Mulholland Drive was originally supposed to be a spin-off of was it Audrey Horne's character in Twin Peaks was supposed to go to Hollywood and try to make it as an actress in Hollywood. And originally Mulholland Drive was going to be a spin-off telling that story. But obviously Lynch ended up reworking it and it became something entirely new and different. But if you look at the film closely, you can still kind of see some threads of interconnectedness between Twin Peaks and Mulholland Drive. I love. I also really recommend this channel called Nerdwriter1, and he does phenomenal video essays, and he does one of my favorite video essays on Mulholland Drive. So if you've seen Mulholland Drive, check that out too. Indeed, Ken, life isn't always dark or light. Instead, there are shades of gray, and that is what I am slowly but surely trying to embrace in life. Yes, Atomic, I have heard tell of the Scottish lighthouse keepers that vanished for no reason. Is that, oh wait, I think there are actually a couple different stories where that was the circumstance. There was one where there were 3 men that disappeared, and they were talking about a storm, but then there were no records locally of a storm happening before they vanished. That's an interesting one. I'm not sure if that's the one that happened off the coast of Scotland. But I do remember hearing that The Lighthouse, the actual movie, was based on, or not based on, because it's obviously a very loose telling of very surreal and, you know, more cinematically scary things. But it was loosely connected to a real life story of someone perishing in a lighthouse scenario, but I don't remember what it is. Peter Hahn, what is my favorite Arnie movie? I'm assuming you mean Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I would have to say Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 are probably my favorite Arnold movies. I also love Predator, but I still think Terminator 1 and 2 are some of my favorite movies. So yeah, definitely Terminator. Probably Terminator 2, because I love Arnold as the good Terminator. I just think he's awesome in that. Oh my gosh, King of Ruckus. Blair Witch 2 is horrible. Yes, it is. Oh my gosh. Hero, yes, we see you. Hero 360, you changed your, where is your beautiful anime profile photo? We see you, Hero, don't worry. Leon Kennedy, my favorite green lightsaber user. As much as I love Yoda, it would have to be Luke Skywalker after he crafted his own. Hero, you had to make a new account. What happened? What is going on? Rebecca, it's funny because now that I know your name isn't actually Rebecca, I feel funny calling you that. But yes, Rebecca Gold, I did see What Did Jack Do? As soon as I saw there was a short David Lynch film on Netflix, I just was like, anything. And I will drop anything to see David Lynch do something. And I was not disappointed in the least. I wouldn't recommend it to necessarily to people who aren't familiar with David Lynch's work, but for those of you who appreciate David Lynch and what he does, I would definitely recommend that one. It's I don't even want to say anything about it. It's just worth a watch. Ah, Snobby Acorn, thank you. Okay, so Hero's picture was from Naruto. I always think I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. Naruto. Leon Kennedy, I honestly forgot that Qui-Gon even had a green lightsaber. I thought his was blue. I know Obi-Wan's was blue, but I didn't remember that Qui-Gon's was green. I've never seen Conan the Barbarian, but I love that you love the score, Gary. YouTube, oh no, this makes me sad. YouTube, I haven't seen your comments yet. I saw you in the chat, but I think I was catching up with others still. Oh my gosh, this is a great comment. I just went back a little bit. YouTube. E.T., if Lynch directed E.T., he'd phone home and Agent Cooper would come out of the receiver. That would be a great mashup. E.T. by David Lynch. The only David Lynch work that I don't really stand by is his interpretation of Dune, but I don't think that was even his fault. Hero, I had to make a new account because nobody could see me when I was typing. I've been here since the stream started. That's really weird. I wonder what happened. Bone, yeah, Lost Highways, crazy. That was a cool one. I just saw that one last year for the first time. Oh, Hero, I'm so sorry that you experienced that. I really wonder what happened. I've been typing since the stream started and everyone was ignoring me. I think YouTube messed something up. Let me see if I see you earlier in the chat. Because I recognize your profile photo. I don't see you anywhere in this. That's so weird. I'm so sorry that YouTube ignored you. I'm hoping you didn't accidentally get like blocked or timed out from the stream. Maybe a mod made a mistake. I've done that accidentally on someone else's stream. I think I hit someone's channel name to see who they were and I accidentally blocked them or like gave them a timeout once or something. So it's a possibility, but I'm sure it was a mistake because everybody knows that we love you here, Hero. Okay, let's go back down. Yes, people see you, P. Ferreira. Macy's here. Hi, Macy. Hello, Macy, with your beautiful Kestrel profile photo. Oh, Trace, there's some lagging going on also. Oh, dear. This is distressing. Wow, Rhodesian. Qui-Gon's lightsaber is green. Some websites have changed the color to blue, which confuses people. That is so weird. Why would they do that? See, I was never as big a fan of the prequels, so I haven't seen them as many times as the original trilogy, which I know in and out. So maybe my more recent viewings of Qui-Gon and his saber have been altered. And that's why I didn't realize it was green. Peter Han, Gary B. Mods time me out because some Russian troll bot was stealing my text. I've seen that happen with those new ones, the girls with like the provocative photos, as Anna would say, showing off their blessings in their photos. And yeah, they copy and paste other people's text and put it in the text box so that they get more views, I guess, to their channel. It's very strange. It's very, very strange. Rockman Raiden. Hello, Rockman Raiden. P. Ferreira, I agree. Macy's awesome. Oh, speaking of Macy, here she is. Macy, thank you so much for your super chat. I just got home from my only work shift for this week. How are you, oh beautiful one? Oh, I'm glad you're home. I hope you're staying healthy and safe at work. Oh my gosh, when I hear you guys talking about going to work, I get nervous and I hope you guys are okay. Take care of yourself, Macy. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. It feels really good to reconnect with you guys and see how everyone's doing because I definitely think about you a lot. Obviously, I think about my family and close friends a lot, but I also think of you guys because I consider a lot of you as close as friends and a part of this community. And I just always want to know that you guys are safe and healthy and taking care of yourselves and that your loved ones are okay. So thank you, Macy, for letting me know that you're doing well. I'm glad you're okay. And I'm okay. I feel better now that I'm talking to you guys. Same here, Ken. I appreciate the prequels more than ever because of the sequel trilogy. Oh, and Macy, by the way, thank you so much for your super chat. I think I thanked you, but I just want to make sure I thank you again. Oh, I'd have to look through the list of people who have been hidden from the channel. Only the channel owner can do that. I will have to check that out. I have no idea where to find that because I'm still figuring this stuff out as I go. What kind of bunny did you consider for your channel name? Cottontail, white, fluffy, English, lop-eared. As much as I love all bunnies, I think I would have to most equate myself to a cottontail bunny because I grew up around a lot of seeing those out in the wild in my neighborhood. They were everywhere where I grew up, and I always thought they were so cute. They're just like these petite little bunnies, and they have a little white cottontail and cute little ears. And then when they're babies, they're so cute and tiny. And I just love them. I'm just like smiling, talking about bunnies. I feel like that girl that does the video talking about cats and she starts crying because I'm thinking about bunnies and how cute they are. And they're just like, I'm getting a little bit emotional. But yeah, I've said this before. I really identify on a deep level with bunnies because they're as prey animals, they really, if there are predators nearby, and sometimes even if it isn't a real threat, like if it's just, a particularly aggressive breeze, they get really scared. So I definitely feel like I'm a little bit juxtaposed between being a Jedi and a scared little anxious bunny. So that's the inception of my name. So yes, Cottontail. That's a good question, Macy. No one's ever asked me that before. P Ferreira, I do not, because that would be, my streams usually go for 3 or 4 hours sometimes, so I do not go through any of my live streams after watching. Sometimes I get back to comments on the live streams if I get comments within the first few hours of posting, or sometimes the first couple days, depending on if I have the time to go through. But no, I've never been through live chats because that would just be probably thousands of messages cumulatively. Even though there are only 45 people in the chat right now, cumulatively, all those messages add up a lot, especially when people send a lot. The only messages I can check out that don't overwhelm me that I can see and post are the super chats, because that's a separate window. So that's easy to see them because they're highlighted. But I know how to check those as the stream is happening, which I'm very proud of myself for figuring out. So now I don't miss those anymore. Oh, Leon had a floppy-eared bunny as a kid. That's so cute. Peter Han, I missed a comment of yours from 3 months ago. Yes, unfortunately, I'm not able to keep up with all comments. I try to read comments as they come out on newer things, on newer videos and stuff, but it's very hard, especially on older videos. I don't get notifications for those comments anymore. So some comments are just unfortunately lost in space. But I do try to catch up with things, on the more recent stuff. Yes, Macy, that's a sleeping Nova behind me. She's right there in her little cat tree. Apollo Patriot, dinner was hella awesome. That's great. I'm glad. Still went to 87. How did Nova and I meet? I'll tell the short version, but I met her at the Humane Society where I grew up, in the town where I grew up. But I had since moved to New York and I was visiting my parents. And I was originally going to get a terrarium because I wanted some life in my apartment. I love plants, as you guys, I'm sure, can tell. But I didn't feel ready for a pet yet because my cat, who I grew up with, Neko, she had just passed the year before, and I just didn't feel ready to let another life into my life and to care for something yet. I wanted to, feel like I had fully recuperated from that loss. But then when I went there, Nova was just so perfect and amazing, and she was like literally trying to get out of her little enclosure to get to people. So she kind of chose me, and yeah, she's amazing. And she turned 6 on May the 4th. So it's been 6 years with that little bundle of joy. And I made her birthday May the 4th because it's May the 4th be with you, obviously. But the people at the Humane Society that adopted her out did say that according to her papers, she was probably born in late April. So I just kind of like pushed that to May the 4th, just so she could be a little Jedi cat. Keck44, I have not found out who Sith Bunny is yet. I know he mentioned something about Facebook. I had to check my Facebook messages, but I really don't go on Facebook. I try to avoid social media. So I think I kind of like the mystery of it, but I think he revealed who he is in my Facebook messages. So one day I'll see. Oh, Rhodesian Scout, that's so cute. After I pointed at Nova, she looked up at me, then went back to sleep. That's so cute. I'm getting hungry. I never ate lunch today, and now it's actually getting close to dinner time. I might have to go eat soon. Oh, Sith Bunny's here. Sith Bunny, how did you know? Something tells me, Sith Bunny, you might be someone else in the chat. That's the only way you could possibly have known to be here and show up. Very interesting. Very interesting. Double identity. Kelly says she's hungry, then has a drink. Honestly, being hydrated does help with hunger sometimes. If you're not too hungry yet, being hydrated can help. Macy, thank you for your super chat. Hero 360 is trying to tell you about a movie. Oh, I haven't seen that. Oh my gosh, Macy, that's so sweet of you to send me a super chat to tell me that. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. The super chats are highlighted here, so it is easier for me to see them. I didn't even see Hero saying anything about a movie. Let me check. Thank you, Macy, for your super chat and for letting me know about that. Hero. It's a movie called Outcast, made in 2014, stars Hayden Christensen, Nicolas Cage. Really great film. I highly recommend it. If you do watch it, please tell me your opinion. Thank you, Hero. Let me see if I can find the first one. Oh, I see that you wrote that a few times. Let me see if I can find the first. Oh, great movie recommendation for me. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hero. I will look into that. I've never heard of Outcast before, other than the band Outcast. Look, Macy, Hero thanks you. Apollo Patriot. Would I buy a Russian tiger? Would that be a Siberian tiger? I don't think so. I don't think the wild animal market is very good. I've not heard wonderful tales about the treatment of exotic animals, especially the big cats. I think it's probably healthiest for them to be in a sanctuary, not private ownership. I doubt I could afford to give them the level of care and freedom that they deserve. So as much as it would be cool and awesome to have an exotic pet of some sort, I don't trust that I would be able to give them the best life that they deserved. Atomic. I have a goldfish called Rover. He's very confused. He thinks he's a catfish, you see. Oh. Ooh, snobby acorn. I would like ramen, please. Rockman Raiden, I grew up with a husky. They are awesome dogs, but just make sure that you are prepared to give that husky lots and lots of playtime, run time. They need a lot of exercise when they're young. Yeah, and a good training regimen, I would say too. My husky was a very rare case where she was trained off leash. It's very rare to see huskies trained well enough to be off leash because they do like to run. But she was an amazing, amazing dog, just in general as dogs go. But she was also a wonderful husky as well. They're very different. They're wired very differently than most dog breeds, I must say. So definitely do your research. I had a friend who unfortunately got a husky because he thought they looked cool and he wanted to have like an Instagrammable dog that just looked cool to have and looked badass to have next to him in his general life, and he did absolutely no research. He gave this dog maybe a few walks around a small block a day. This was a puppy too, so puppy huskies need it just an enormous amount of exercise. Most young animals do, unless you have like a sloth or maybe a koala. But most young animals need a lot of exercise because of the amount of energy they have, and play is a natural way for them to discover the world and to learn about their kinetic abilities. So it's like you got to have that for a husky. That's the only thing I will say. Half wolves definitely need more care. Yes, if you get a hybrid, that's a whole other level that I can't even imagine. Born to run, indeed. Gary N. I don't know who was talking about They Live, but I actually just watched the clip from that recently. I still haven't seen the movie, but I've watched so many clips from They Live. I know I think the last time I asked if it was David Cronenberg, and I was totally wrong. I think it was John Carpenter, that did They Live. But yeah, I watched the clip of that. I won't give it away because I don't know if you haven't seen any clips from it, but it's probably more pertinent now than it was when it was made. Within Cells, I have not seen Tiger King on Netflix yet. I saw, actually, no, I totally lied just now. I've seen the first episode. It was very disturbing. I've actually seen another YouTuber's breakdown of some of that story. He didn't get all the details in it, but he's a really good channel for really interesting random things. His channel is called Primink, and he did one on the Tiger King. It has a different name. I can't remember the title. It's kind of long, but he does a pretty fascinating video. So I actually learned about that a few months ago. And then I saw that the Netflix series was coming out, and I definitely want to see it. It's just, it's very sad also. It's so unfortunate how a lot of those animals end up being treated and abused and killed. And it's just horrific to think of the ways that sometimes animals and people, of course, but this one highlights particularly the plight of exotic animals that should not be kept as pets, and the needless suffering that they endure. Hmm. Hero asks, do I like Hayden Christensen's acting? A lot of people crap on him, which is why he left for almost a decade, but he came back. See, the only thing I've seen Hayden in was obviously the prequels. And he did another movie that was like a drama, like Glass House or Glass Castle or something like that. And I think he was pretty good in that. Obviously, I wasn't a big fan of him in the prequels, but I think a lot of that was writing problems. But I never hated him. I understand why people were frustrated with him and his acting and that kind of thing. But I also haven't seen enough of him to defend him nor to criticize him. So I'm in the middle with that. But I would rather not say anything negative. I'd rather say something positive about him if possible when I'm uninformed on all his acting, repertoire. Matt G, hey Matt, when are you opening a Spite store? Hello. That's good. That, for you guys who don't know, is a reference to Curb Your Enthusiasm, which I was talking about earlier before you got here, Matt. That's good. I like that. Rockman Raiden, my favorite, and thank you, Matt G, by the way, for the super chat. Very good of you. Very good of you. Thank you. Rockman Raiden, what's your favorite Star Wars fight scene? I would have to say absolutely the throne room scene with the Emperor between Darth Vader and Luke, and then after Darth Vader finally turns on the Emperor, spoiler alert, but I'm sure all you guys have seen that. That I just think is one of the most beautiful scenes I've ever seen. When Luke gets really angry and just starts wailing on Darth Vader and finally severs his arm, and we see the electronic, oh my gosh, the cords and the wires in Vader's arm, and Luke realizes that he's becoming this darkness. Oh my gosh, I have chills. Oh my gosh, I have chills. What a scene. Oh my gosh. I mean, just like, not even for Star Wars, but just for cinematic history, that scene is just beautiful. And the music and the shadows and the tone. I love that scene so much. Runner-up would have to be on Bespin in Cloud City when Luke and Vader face off for the first time. That's incredible. Oh my gosh, so good. I love the music when they break the window and everything's flying out. And then in the prequels, my favorite fight scene would have to, I know everybody loves the one on Mustafar with Obi-Wan and Anakin, but my favorite would have to be the Darth Maul Qui-Gon scene. Just really cool fighting choreography in general. I mean, that was great. The guy that did Darth Maul was amazing. I think he did all his own stunts and work. Oh my gosh, like really, really cool. Of course, the double-ended whatever lightsaber was awesome. I wasn't a fan of the editing in that movie or any of the prequels. I thought the editing was just all over the place, and it was I like feeling like I'm actually watching something unfold and I'm not having like constant different scenes just coming at me from different directions. I like feeling like a movie unfolds in time. And that element started in the original trilogy with the editing and the quick cuts a little bit, especially in Return of the Jedi. But in the prequels, I just found it the editing I found very distracting. But that fight scene I loved. And of course, Duel of the Fates is just an awesome Star Wars song. Macy, that's your favorite fight scene. Cool, 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 cool. That was a great question, by the way, Rockman. Great question. Life is a House. Thank you. Within Cells. That's the movie. Did I say Glass House? I was thinking of people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. That's what it was. But yeah, Life is a House. Yeah. That was Hayden Christensen. I agree, Apollo Patriot. I don't like SeaWorld because they keep the killer whale. Yeah, it's very sad. There's a great book, but also a documentary out there. The documentary is called Blackfish. It's very disturbing, but I think it's an important film because it really showcases the abuse that goes on and the very, very dark repercussions of what happens when you keep such a powerful animal in captivity. Any animal in captivity is going to be stressed compared to animals that aren't in captivity. If it's wild, domestic animals are different. They've been domesticated, or some, like cats, have ironically domesticated themselves a little bit more. But of course, with the domestication of wolves comes the our wonderful pet dogs that we have. Having a wolf is very different than having a dog, even though they're the same, genetically. They can breed. They're the same genetic structure. They're very different behaviorally. So yeah, I recommend Blackfish. It's a documentary, and it's sad, but I think it's worth a watch just to educate ourselves on what's really happening with some of these parks that claim to care about animals. Gary N., as much as I love Ewan McGregor, I love Alec Guinness's Obi-Wan, but I think that's just because I pretty much prefer the original trilogy for everything, for every character. There are very few things in the prequels that I like more than the original trilogy. So I would have to say Obi-Wan as Alec McGuinness as Obi-Wan. Although I really do like a lot of elements of Obi-Wan in the prequels too. I think he was one of the stronger characters. And Ewan McGregor is awesome. He's great. I just saw Trainspotting recently, and that was excellent. He's a really good actor. Oh, I forgot about that, Rockman. Duel of the Fates plays for Yoda versus Palpatine too. Another cool fight scene that I liked from the prequels was General Grievous. I always thought he was super cool with all his lightsabers. Yeah. Oh my gosh, YouTube, yes. Vader's redemption, one of the most emotional scenes in cinema history, has rendered redundant by Rise of Skywalker. Apparently, Vader only threw a clone down the shaft, which is just like, stop retconning these things. We love them for a reason. It's so annoying they can't leave anything alone. Oh, hi, Elijah Maccabee. I'm doing okay. I feel like today was, or this week was a little rough for me too. I'm sorry you had a long, rough week with a sad emoji face, but I'm doing okay. I'm glad you're doing okay and that you're able to be in the chat. Oh my gosh, just scared the crap out of myself. Sorry, my phone fell. I'm glad you're doing okay, and I'm glad you're able to make it to the chat, Elijah. Matt G, thank you for your super chat. Star Wars films, have you seen in theaters, and how many times? I've only seen the original trilogy in theaters upon their re-release. I want to say that was in like the 90s. I want to say I was maybe in like the 4th grade when those came out in theaters. And I think I only saw them a few times each. Maybe, I mean, I'm guaranteeing you that I begged my parents to take me multiple times to see them in the theaters. I know I saw them all at least once. But as you guys know, I'm not a big fan of the re-release special editions. I really like the original editions without all the added CGI and unnecessary things. So I still actually prefer the original release versions. I wish those had been in theaters, but those were, of course, to promote Lucas's special editions. So yeah, I want to say at least once each. Prequels, on the other hand, I want to say I saw The Phantom Menace maybe 2 or 3 times because I was trying really hard to like it. The first time I saw it, I thought maybe there was like just something I was missing, and I just didn't grasp what, like, I just didn't feel like Star Wars to me the first time I saw it. So I think I saw it a few times to try to like figure out what it was. But yeah, I wasn't as big a fan of that one. I liked the scene with Darth Maul, obviously. The pottery scene was kind of cool if the editing had been better. Those are really the only scenes I remember much from it. Was that the one where they went to the Gungans like underwater world too? Oh yeah, there's always a bigger fish. That's cool. Just so much happening in that movie, just so much happening. And then Attack of the Clones, I want to say I saw maybe twice in theaters. And then Revenge of the Sith, I probably saw 3 times because that was my favorite. That was my favorite one of the prequels. So I saw that one a few times. I actually asked my dad to go with me, and he wouldn't even go with me. And then he went to see it by himself. Viking turtle. Nova slept right through that scream. Yeah. I guess she's used to me being scared. Welcome, by the way, to Viking turtle. Yes, I loved Ewan McGregor in Doctor Sleep. He was great in that. I'm so sad that he's like the antagonist in the Harley Quinn movie because I really like him and I like his choices, but that movie is just supposed to be so like ugh. And from what I've heard, he's just kind of bland. But I really like him. Not him bland at all. I love Ewan McGregor, but I've heard the role just wasn't really that well written or fleshed out. I agree, Gary. I agree. Rhodesian Scout. Anyway, Kelly, I need to give my cats their lunch or my cats will turn to the dark side on me. Oh, yeah. Cats get like that. Ooh, Darren, tough question. OT Star Wars or Lord of the Rings? I'm going to have to choose original trilogy Star Wars. Yeah, I'm gonna have to choose original trilogy Star Wars. I love Lord of the Rings and I love the trilogy. My favorite film is still Fellowship. I still think for me that's my favorite. I still love the other two, but Fellowship just I don't know. I just love it so much. I recently rewatched it. We had a watch party with Jesse and Jeff and Michael and Justin and Jesse's friend Kelly, and it was really it was really fun, and we only were able to I was only able to stay for Fellowship, but I just loved rewatching that. But no, I'm an original trilogy Star Wars girl all the way. But I do think Fellowship, I think all of the Lord of the Rings trilogy is phenomenally well done by Peter Jackson. Like so well done. Excellent. In many ways they might be better films critically speaking. um, but for my heart it's always going to be Star Wars original trilogy. Yes, Leon Kennedy. I agree. Fellowship has the strongest story and camera work. Absolutely. The camera work in Fellowship is like out of this world. So good. Nice, Joel. OT Star Wars for you. That's great. That's great. Mhm. Tommy, thank you for being such a great mod. You were awesome. So sweet. And to all the mods in the chat. I'm just seeing this because Tommy uses the coolest emojis. I love the bow and arrow and the little bunny and the wording. Use the force on the like button and make the stream hop away by sharing it. That's funny. Ooh, Rockman. Gandalf versus Obi-Wan. I love Gandalf. I don't know. But I love Obi-Wan too. I just love that Gandalf comes back. I wish Obi-Wan could have come back, but Obi-Wan was, it was perfect. I don't know. My gosh, I feel like they would be friends in real life. I do love Gandalf. I don't know, man. That's a hard one for me. Hero. I never really liked the originals that much. Even now, I feel they're a bit overrated. The prequels were my gateway to Star Wars, but Hayden's Anakin is the real reason I love Star Wars. Interesting, Hero. That's a unique take. Not everybody always talks that way about it. So that's cool to see that that's your interpretation of it. I can dig it. I can dig it. It's cool, honestly. I just like knowing that people have a love of Star Wars, whether it's prequels, whether it's originals. Of course, it's always nice to meet fellow original trilogy lovers and fans. But yeah, it's awesome. Just it's a beautiful. I think Star Wars in general is a beautiful message. It has a beautiful meaning behind it. So yeah. Oh, Joel, Obi-Wan all day, every day. My favorite character of Star Wars. Yeah, Obi-Wan's. It's hard to knock Obi-Wan. There's really nothing bad about him. I love this Atomic. There is room in my heart for both. Indeed. Indeed. Oh my gosh, I love Tom Bombadil YouTube. I guess Luffy as God was talking about it too. Tom Bombadil singing ridiculous songs and acting like he's not. Yeah, he was an interesting character. Gary, and my favorite Star Wars ship, I obviously love the Millennium Falcon. I think that has the most heart and soul and character to it. Can't go wrong with the Millennium Falcon. I think the last time someone asked me that, I said X-Wing, but I wasn't thinking of the Millennium Falcon because I almost think I overlooked it because it's such a character in the movies. But 100% it would be the Millennium Falcon. If I had to have a one-person or two-person vehicle, I guess I would choose an X-Wing. Although I don't think you could have two. I was just thinking of R2 sitting up there in the droid pit. But yeah. And I would love to have an R2. By the way, if Mr. B-Man is still here, I'm going to try to say your name right, you recommended the R2-D2 Budgie video last time, and I watched it, and I was not disappointed, and I highly recommend it. Something Nowhere Man. I feel like Gimli's the dwarf, by the way, from Lord of the Rings, if y'all don't know, and Chewbacca would be really great friends. That's so cute. Yeah. And the guy that played Gimli also played Indy's friend from Egypt in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah. I always forget his name though. Atomic, good night. Be healthy, stay well, take care of yourself. Thank you so much for being in the stream. I'm probably going to wrap this up too because I am getting hungry. Okay, guys, so you heard it there first. I am getting ready to wrap up the stream. I am very hungry. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff I need to get to, so I should probably get going. But it's been great catching up with you guys. Yes, time for noms. Ah, wait, hang on. I hate when the chat jumps so fast. I can't keep up. Okay. Oh, John Reese Davies. Yeah. John Reese Davies. Thanks, guys. Oh, Macy, thank you again for another super chat. You are so sweet. Eat well and take care. So now I have some food and some coffee. I appreciate it, Macy. Thank you for your super chat. It's great seeing you in the stream. I hope you have a beautiful night. Elijah, yes, I did address this with the P.O. box. I'm going to wait until after everything settles down because I do have a place in mind for when I do open one, but right now with everything going on, it's just not a good time for me to set it up. So thank you for asking. But yeah, one day when this all unfolds, whatever way it's gonna unfold. I will say hi to Nova when she wakes up for you. Hero, I love that. Yeah. Wasn't Obi-Wan a hypocrite in Return of the Sith? He said only Sith steal in absolutes. Isn't that an absolute? Yeah, it is. I love that one. Sala, that's his name. Sala. Thank you, something nowhere man. Ben Jones. She's getting ready to wrap the stream. Only an hour left. Very funny. But I'm actually really hungry this time, so I'm in more of a rush than usual. I need to eat. Peter Colabucci. I will have a taco stand one day. I hope you do, Peter, and I hope I get to visit it one day. The B-Man, did you see? I said, I saw the budgie. I saw the R2-D2 budgie video, and I was so happy with it. I was so happy. That little parakeet. I think a budgie is a parakeet, right? He's blue and white, and he sounds like R2-D2. You guys need to check that video out. I think it's called R2-D2 budgie. It's so cute. It is definitely worth a watch. So thank you again, the B-Man, for the recommendation. Oh my gosh, Gary. Oh my gosh, Gary, you are so sweet. I know you're on furlough right now, so this, like, the fact that you sent this is so beautiful, so sweet. Please don't overextend yourself in any way, but this is, like, truly beautiful. Thank you, Gary. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down a road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. I'm not ashamed to say I hope it will always stay this way. If my hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? I can't sing it. I didn't realize at first. It was the Golden Girls theme song. Oh my gosh. I might have to sing that in Nova's voice later. We'll see. We'll see, Gary. Thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you for that. At first, I thought you were doing a, There and Back Again Hobbit's Tale reference, and then I realized it was the Golden Girls theme song, which took me for an emotional spin. Oh my gosh. I've been watching Rose Nyland clips lately to bring a little levity to my life. That's how strange it's getting in this household. Rose Nyland clips. So yes, thank you for the Golden Girls reference. Carrie, you're so sweet, and thank you for your super chat. You're a great friend. Will Gentry, I must have totally checked out for a while. I have zero recollection of you mentioning Indy and his friend, LOL. That's another one of my favorite movies ever is Raiders. I love Raiders of the Lost Ark. King of Ruckus, going to say goodbye now, even though you won't shut down for another hour. Stay safe out there, Kelly. Thank you, King of Ruckus, my friend. I'm so happy you were able to make it. I hope you're able to stay subscribed, even though YouTube keeps unsubscribing you. That is so weird, man. I hope that works out, but who knows? Maybe tomorrow I'll have 0 subscribers and I'll be starting from scratch. Oh, Peter Colabucci, I hope you should do like a, I don't know, a nerdy themed taco stand one day. That would be really cool. Like different names, different movie references for names of different types of tacos. Tauntaun taco. It's only lukewarm. Lukewarm. P. Ferreira. I wonder if Kelly can see my comments. Mwah, I'm invisible. Good night, Luffy is God. Joel Barnes, I agree. Gary, that is incredible. Thank you. Will Gentry, that was the Golden Girls song. Aw, Nerve just stops in to say hi. I'm gonna go now, LOL. Thanks for stopping by to say hi, my friend. Aw. Look at all these people saying thank you to Gary. That's so sweet. King of Ruckus, he trolled you so good there. You read it with such sincerity. That's so funny. Oh, Nerve, thank you for your compliment on my sweater. It's actually, it like looks like a sweater by its stitching, but it's actually pretty thin. Oh, Hero, I knew I would cheer up watching this stream. You always help my day get better. That's so sweet. You guys too. I'm having a better day now. There's the post-it again. Having a better day now than I was before I saw you guys, truly. Oh, I guess Macy asked something Nowhere Man where his beautiful profile art is from. It was someone's art drawing I found in the early 2010s. I think I just searched up dragons and saw this image at the time and fell in love with the artwork. That is beautiful. I love the glowing eye of the dragon, and it definitely reminds me of Smaug because of the setting. It's a European dragon from what I can tell, and just beautiful. YouTube, Jedi Buddy ends a live stream like a couple ending a call. You hang up first. No, you hang up first. My parents used to do that when they were dating. My mom went to college in New York City, and my dad used to call her dorm. Or apparently, they didn't have dorm phones, but there was like this weird glitch in the system where the phone outside her room could get incoming calls, I think it was. So she would like run to the phone and pick it up, and it would be them. They dated long distance for a few years before settling down together. Peter Calabucci, Jedi Taco, yes. Oh no, I'm Elijah, I am really missing teaching. I think that's what partially what this brings me is that sense of being able to really genuinely communicate with people, because when I'm not with kids, when I'm not teaching, it's sincerely lacking, and I do feel like kids really help me better connect to who I am, because you can't be fake around kids. If you're fake, they see right through you and it makes them uncomfortable. So I feel like being around kids makes me just get in touch more with reality, and you can't really have blinders on. I mean, you can, and unfortunately, there are a lot of teachers out there that don't connect to their students and do kind of have a facade when they're teaching. But I find it to be the opposite of, like, I don't know, for me it's not worth connecting if there's not a real connection. So yeah, I miss that. I do miss that a lot. But this talking with you guys is the next best thing. So it's its own special version of awesome. Viking Turtle, end the stream by putting the post-it back on the camera. That's cute. But you guys know Nova's gonna have to say goodbye to you guys. She's gonna have to sing us out. I love you guys thanking Gary. That's so sweet of all of you. You dare, hey. My personal favorite Indiana Jones is The Last Crusade. Yes, I do love The Last Crusade. That's the third one, right? Yeah, third one with Sean Connery. That's a good one. I do really enjoy that one. I still love Raiders the most, but Last Crusade is my second favorite. Oh, I love this hero. Good vibes, virtual hug. Oh, Macy. Kelly, thank you for being here so that everyone can thank Gary for his generosity. I love that. Yeah. I love seeing that. Gary's awesome. Whoa, Sideways Optimist. Funny, I had just watched Golden Girls on Hulu on Tuesday, and that song has been stuck in my head. I might have to rewatch the Golden Girls. I've been watching clips, but I went through a phase when I was in university where I watched the Golden Girls, like, religiously. It was on, I think, in the mornings when I was getting ready for class, I want to say. Maybe it was weekends. I remember there was a time where it was on weekdays, and it, like, for some reason it didn't come on a Friday, and I wrote the network. I wrote them a letter and said, I'm very distressed because Golden Girls isn't on anymore. It's been like my routine to watch them every morning. And they actually wrote back to me like, rest assured, it will be back on Monday. Oh my gosh, what a little bratty thing for me to do. But I really, really loved watching the Golden Girls. It was a very nicely written, like, I wasn't mean or like an annoyed, like, can I speak to your manager type person. I was just like, hey, just letting you know I love seeing this show. I hope you bring it back. Really enjoy watching it. Gets my day started off to a warm, happy spirit, whatever. I don't know. Man, that was a long time ago. Gelp Walker. Thank you for your super chat, Gelp. Help, being squished by the TV. Wow, let me know what kind of TV you got, Gelp. I can't imagine. I wonder if you got the, what were you saying, 60-inch TV? 65? Cheers is a great theme song, Mateus. P. Ferreira. I like that joke. On YouTube, can Nova please sing us out to Tainted Love or something 80s? Oh my gosh. The dude. Sorry I left the chat. I've been on my phone all this time. Hugs to you all. Thank you, the dude. I hope you're healing up well, my friend. I'm glad to I'm glad to hear that you've been healing after getting your stitches out. It's good news. Oh, Macy, you're so sweet. Last super chat. Be well, Kelly, and take care. Thank you, Macy. That is so sweet. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you for all your super chats tonight. That was very, very sweet of you. It's great seeing you. And I love your beautiful Kestrel photo popping up on my screen. I get to see it. So thank you so much, Macy. Take care of yourself. Stay healthy. Be good to yourself. There's Nova. Oh, yes, Nova. Look. Yay. Nova. Hi. Hi. Can you guys hear her meowing? Come here. Oh, you guys gotta say hello to everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, Macy. Thank you for the super chat. I love you. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Oh, yeah. Oh, Macy, I will post that bird video. Thank you for reminding me. Ian, hi Ian, Giovanni. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm glad you made it at least to the wrap up. We'll see how much longer I can stay. I was telling everybody how hungry I am. Oh, you dare. Hey, my little Italian grandma would watch Golden Girls when she would watch me. Sophia was the best, in my opinion. Sophia was awesome. Yes, Sophia was awesome. Feisty, spunky little lady. That's so sweet. Wow, that's great, Gel. So you did go for that deal. Good for you. I hope you're able to work your way out of that TV, out from under the TV. Elijah, I hope you feel better. Thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope you're okay, my friend. Cheers theme, making your way in quarantine takes everything you got. Taking a break from bias worrying would sure help a lot. What do you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go. Bone. John Talk's stream is up. Will you stop by to say hi after you end your stream? I probably won't today just because I'm so hungry. And if I stop by the chat, I know me, I'm going to want to watch the whole stream because he's great. So I'm probably going to eat first. If I have time after I eat, maybe I will. But please tell everybody that I say hello. Let me tell you guys what other streams are on. So obviously, as Bone says here, John Talks is currently live. He's wonderful. I highly recommend him. Nerderotic is also live. It's so weird because now you can't even see everybody who's live. It's so strange. Okay, so we've got Nerderotic, we've got John Talks, and then all my other things are not people in the community. I have like space videos and stuff that are live. So yes, go see them. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Oh, Mary's on? Wait, Mary's stream is on. Why did I not see her? Wow. Mary Mayhem, hang on. Her stream isn't showing up for me. That's so weird. Yeah. Oh, but it shows that she's live. Guys, if you go to Mary Mayhem's channel, she is also live. She has karaoke going on now where they sing and they play instruments, and it's really awesome. So I would check that out too. That's so annoying. It's so annoying that I'm not getting notified for people I'm subscribed to. That's really frustrating. Ugh. It's a real bummer. YouTube, get your act together. Get your act together. Leon Kennedy, yeah, everyone does a Friday live stream. I need to remember that because I've been doing Friday live streams and then I always forget how many other people are streaming. So gotta try to do different days. J-Pod, thank you for lurking. Darren, like my father before me. Kelly, I'm sure I've told you this one before, but this is my favorite joke. During the war, my granddad used to throw puddings at the enemy. He was shot for deserting. That is cute. I've heard that. I don't remember if it was you who told me that. It might have been you, Darren. I think it might have been you, but I have heard it. It's a good one. Oh, I love this, Matthias. Glad to be part of the live stream's wrap up. It's a great way to finish a bad day. Your kindness and warmness makes everything better. Take care, Kelly. Much love to Nova. Thank you, Matthias. I feel the same way. Wow, Will Gentry. My list doesn't even say Nerderotic or Mary. That is so weird. Yes. Just like Joel says, go support all of our fellow fandom menacers. And because it seems like the larger channels get the most traction, maybe check for your smaller, like Mary. That's such a bummer that we're not being notified for these things. It's really annoying. I agree, Ian. Apollo, I blame Hades for YouTube. Yeah. Oh, King of Ruckus. Gary N told a classic joke. You should scroll back and read it. You'll love it. Okay, let me find it. See, I always think that I see comments, but then I always end up missing them. Oh, and then Gary asked again, did I see it? Oh, no, I haven't seen it. Hang on. I'm not seeing it. Ah! Gary, one last corny joke for everyone. Ever tried to eat a clock? It's time consuming. That is beautiful. I love that one. Beautiful. I love it. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, King of Ruckus, for letting me know about Gary's joke. That's awesome. Chug 3PO. Hey, Jay. You're here just in time. I'm just wrapping up the stream. So it's going to be like another 3 hours so I can say goodbye to everybody. Thanks, Jay, for being here. How are you doing, Jay? Oh, and Keck44 says Darth Barbie is streaming on Twitch. I don't have Twitch, but if you guys have Twitch, go check that out too. Okay, guys, now I'm really hungry. Wait, what? Oh, I get it. Woo! Okay. Okay, guys. I'm hungry. I remember, Jay. I remember your text. You're going crazy. What I like to think is that because of your forced isolation, Jay, I wonder if maybe more creativity will be fostered in that manic search for connectivity. You will somehow unlock a new creative part of your mind that you didn't know was there. Wouldn't that be awesome? All right, guys, go check out whoever's streaming now. Darth Barbie is on Twitch. Mary Mayhem is doing karaoke. John Talks is having an open chat. Nerdrotic is live. That's everybody for as far as I know right now. Let me double check, make sure I can't see anything else. I can't believe that they're not telling us everybody who's streaming. That is so disturbing. Anyway, guys, I love you all. Please take care of yourselves. Please be healthy. Take care of your physical health. Take care of your mental health. Be there for yourself. I just made that up. Hero, one more joke. Hero 360. What did Obi-Wan say to Anakin? Anakin, stop panicking. Okay, guys. All right. Hang on. Give me 1 second. I just need to pull something up real quick. Something for Nova real quick. Okay, guys. Hang on. All right. Have a beautiful evening, Gary N. and everybody else. Take care, Tommy. Thank you, Peter Colabucci. Thank you, Bone. Thank you to all the amazing mods. Thank you for all the beautiful super chats. I love you guys. We are all a part of this community together. I appreciate all of you. Okay, guys. Time to go.
Oh, hello, everybody. Oh, it's so nice to see you. I guess I might have to sing a little song for you. I had a few requests, but let's see. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you do a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be for me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. I love all of you so much. Thank you for being here, and my mommy loves you too. Okay, everybody, take care of yourselves, take care of your health,